Oh, you used the climax that time.
That's right.
That was the climax of that song right there.
I know. I found it, and I was like, actually, I added that last photo with the zoom in on us. That wasn't supposed to be there, but I was like, if I don't carry this through, Ben's going to be pissed. So I got to make this last a little longer. So
because I do the high scream up to a D, and then I come back in with the super high tell me why.
I know.
So, yeah, baby, that was some...
That's why I had to do
just a little secret, if anybody wants to know. The scream was mixed voice, but when I came in later to try to do the, tell me why, and the super high D, I could not do it in full voice or mixed voice. So it's actually falsetto, but it's the toughest falsetto I could come up with. And I came down and switched to normal voice, and it's seamless. It almost sounds that's like the best switch I've ever done in the history of all time. It'll probably never happen ever again. That's why it was one take. I was like, that's it, Brad. We're good, buddy. And then Brad did all those crazy and all that crazy stuff. So we're ready for the draft. Unicorn.
Draft. We got to love it. And
we got to find ourselves a unicorn in this draft.
Hold on. Let's see. What do you got? Let's make you big.
I don't know if this will even show up. Look at that.
There you go.
Orange unicorn beer. I think it's for girls, but I'm kind of like a girl taste, so I can't help myself. I hate beer normally. So I'm drinking this pineapple orange banana unicorn beer to match my unicorn song.
Very nice.
And now hopefully the pack will draft a unicorn. Eckes, he likes unicorns, and he likes beer.
Oh, crap. I think I accidentally kicked Rick out. No, I didn't mean to, Rick.
Dinosaur.
I was trying to bring you back in. Oh, no, Rick just left. No, I didn't kick him out. I brought Eckes in. Eckes is here. Oh, Rick's back.
Those Eckes.
Did I kick you out, Rick?
I don't know. It just dropped me, and now my file upload's gone too, so that sucks.
Way to go,
man.
Ding
All
Dog
right,
Jace.
I'm making you away. Okay. Come back when you're ready and more professional.
Kayvon Thibodeau just drafted by the Giants.
So far, I didn't want any of these guys, so we're good. Well, maybe that guy from Michigan, he's pretty good. And maybe that first round.
never
pick,
fallen. No, he's not.
He's not all that.
Well, he is.
Hey, let's just give it up. Controlled Chaos. Let's give it up for the dude from Michigan. Hutchinson gets to go play for the Detroit Lions and try to help build something there. That's pretty cool, right? You went to Michigan. You get to stay in your home state. Man, I can think of a couple of guys with the same last name that sure as hell would have been nice to keep in our state. Just a thought. Anyway, sorry about that. Remember, Corey said it. I will never, ever forgive the Packers for not drafting T.J. Watt and drafting that piece of garbage Kevin King. All right, the last part I added, but you get the point.
Okay, but that was Ted Thompson, and he's no longer there. So now we got guys who draft quarterbacks in the first round, so we're fine.
Hey, we had comments. Jonathan said he wants a QB. He says, I want a damn QB to replace the Surfer. $50 million a year? No to that. Lee's in the house. Lee, how you doing? Took a breather outside today in Green Bay, and it feels like an offensive lineman. Oh,
that's right.
Lee.
Lee is our man on the ground. He's always circling Lambeau whenever we need him to give us the info. And he's telling us it's an old lineman at 22.
Oh, my gosh. I hope.
I don't know.
You know the guy I want. You know the one I want. I already told you.
I think they're going to trade out of 22. Trade back. And then trade up with other crappy picks. Get rid of a bunch of other crappy picks and then get like a couple good picks in the middle there. And they're going to have like 27 second-round picks. And they're going to take all these good players. And they're going to have like enough guys in this draft to start a whole new team. They got 11 picks. They don't need 11 picks. They're going to trade around. There's no doubt about it. So why not trade some of those 4th and 5th round picks to get back into 3rd and 2nd round and get more good players? You know, instead of getting bottom of the barrel slappity floop flops. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Second round has been our best round, I think.
Well, yeah,
that's true.
Except for Josh Jackson, that was not good.
Oh,
okay. And Josh Jones, that was not good either. But that wasn't Goody. That was Ted Thompson.
I should look up what Josh Jones Wonder Rick score was I don't think it was particularly high, but I know mine's probably not going to be particularly high either. We have Wonder Rick, who's going to administer the Wonderlic tonight, and he's got his own system for it. Rick, do we have to do that right away, or what are we doing? Should we get X's take on who? Because X has been super excited for tonight. He's super excited for this Packers draft. Egis, tell us why you're excited, and then once Rick's ready, then we'll figure out what he's doing here.
Well, we just have so much draft capital.
Yeah, lots.
And there's places where everybody thinks we should spend it. I personally think we're gonna move up in the draft and go after a receiver. I think I'm for right or wrong, I'm just saying what I think is gonna happen. And then I'm hoping we'll get Zion at 28. That's what a lot of the mocks I've seen, that's where, but they're mock drafts, things change. But 4 picks in the top 60, that's a lot of chances to take some good swings. And we need some key spots like wide receiver and some edge and some line safety help. So I think we could make our team a lot better tonight or in the next couple of days, and I'm excited to see how it turns out.
You could have some guys that come in and play right away and make an impact right away, and then are good players on a cheaper contract before you got to decide if you want a second contract or not with those guys and pay them big money. So, yeah, you're right. Lots of opportunities there for the Pack. Thanks to
Plus,
courtesy.
I'm wondering if there'll be any blockbuster trades at all tonight. Some great big trades that'll show up, and there's potential for that with a couple of the wide receivers that are out there that are disgruntled. And not that I want the Packers to get any of them. I'd rather they didn't, to be honest. But there's potential just for some crazy stuff to happen for next year.
And we can thank courtesy Devontae Adams for those extra picks, and Raider Rick. Thank you, Raider Rick, for those extra picks here in the first 2 rounds for the Pack.
Well, I've said it before. I'll say it again. It's almost a bit of relief not having to wonder how bad they're going to screw it up tonight. So, yeah. They might have screwed up their first-round picks a few weeks ago. Got it over with. Anyway.
Well, at least they make your picks. How many times have we sat up all night until 11:30 waiting for a pick, and then they trade out of the damn round, and you're like,
yeah, they'll do that to you. That's for sure.
Now that I said it, they'll probably do it again tonight.
We'll keep you updated as we go, but again, we're mostly focused on the Packers. We'll talk about picks as they come in a little bit here and there. We got some other things planned, of course, and I've already got this one up right here. I'm hoping that's it. I got this one ready, and then I also got this one ready. But that's my prediction. But we'll see what happens.
Hey, you gotta put what Jonathan said on the thing here.
All right,
I didn't think that would be the first reference to this guy. I thought for sure Ekis would say it, but not that. Jonathan.
Lee's right. Zion's not going to be there. Better get him at 22. You're right, Jonathan. Travis Jervey.
I thought for sure it'd be Ekis who says it first, but nope. Comments say it first.
That's classic.
Hey, we could have used Travis Jervey on special teams in the playoffs last year. I can tell you that.
That's true.
Last 10 years.
Wasn't he a Pro Bowl special teamer?
Yes, he was.
Yeah. Pro Bowl special teamer.
I think he was the last Pro Bowl special teamer the Packers have had.
He was.
So there you go.
I think Jared Bush was.
Are the Panthers taking a quarterback?
I have no idea. I hope they do, because that means a good player falls more farther down for us.
Yeah, right on.
But
I will say this
for Jordan Love then too.
Well, I went back and listened to our the draft show from last year when I lost my mind because I was so drunk. And at the end, Ekis was so pissed. He said, "I'm never going to come back on one of these draft shows ever again." And yet here he is.
And I've been excited about it all day long too.
You have been. You've been reaching out, looking for nuggets, wanting everybody's take, want people to be on the record. You want record to see what happens. Mm-hmm. There he goes. Iquanu off the board to the Panthers. Smart pick. That guy's dynamic. He's going to be really good. Hey, Messer, how you doing, buddy? In the house. That guy's going to be a monster. I think Zion could be just as good, though. Anyway, that's my hope. You guys know I hold the Packers. I wish the Packers draft O lineman every first round, but they don't. So that's how it goes. Usually they go cornerback. Woo-hoo-hoo. Evan Neal's still sitting on there. Wasn't he possibly going to be the first pick in the draft?
He's going to be the next pick by the Giants.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
pretty
true.
sure.
Right.
I mean, this fell exactly the way the Giants wanted it, because they could. They got to take the edge that they wanted, and then they probably wanted either one of those two tackles between Neal and Iquanu, and they knew they were going to get one because, they've only got one pick between them and their next pick since they had 5 and 7. So they're going to be pretty excited about that.
Looks kind of like Iquanu was hoping the Packers would trade up to draft him with his suit he's got on.
Yeah, I know.
Or the Jets.
I don't know, is that gold on the cuffs?
Yeah, that looks more Jets to me.
I don't know. It looks kind of green and gold. I'm with you, Rick. I'm on it.
Oh, I see. It's an ugly looking outfit, though. It's not as bad as the 90s NBA draft outfits.
yeah.
Those were the worst. But
With giant shoulder pads. And
you ever see Jalen Rose's outfit? That wasn't
Bad.
those are some good ones.
Oh, Mess wants you to have a few more drinks, Ben, so you can really get excited when the Packers make their selection here.
Line and
Whatever that-
Klugels.
Whatever that ends up being. I have a good feeling about tonight. I really do. Really
Are you
do.
paying attention to the cards that they have? Those weird ass cards with all the teams on them.
nope.
No.
As they're walking down that hallway, they have all the. It's like a
Oh.
deck of playing cards or whatever, but it has all the
Oh, yeah.
teams.
Oh, it does have all the teams? I haven't really
Yeah.
noticed that much.
Hey, did
Pretty cool.
Ben, did Christian, our cousin Christian, is he in Vegas for this?
I don't know.
Because him and a group of chums were in Vegas, took a picture of being in Vegas like a couple days ago. Maybe it was yesterday, day
Maybe.
before.
He's
They
a
might
huge
be-
Packer fan.
He is a huge Packer fan, and they're figuring like Packers got 2 picks here. Maybe I can get excited twice. I don't know, or at least once.
It'd be worth doing it if you're going to Vegas. Might as well go now.
Ooh,
You get
Goody
to watch
seemed
Melissa
coy.
Stark.
The Goody seemed coy the other day. He's always pretty slick. Hey, I got something for you. I worked on some videos. I'm kind of excited to share these videos. Rick, should we do the Wonder Rick yet? You gotta go. You can't be on too long, right? You gotta get.
I can hang out.
beauty
It's
rest.
fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
I got a
we
couple.
we can break it up too if you guys want to do 10 questions and come back. That way we don't peak too early in the show.
I don't feel well. I will leave that up to you. I don't. I want to make it as realistic as possible. I want to really compare myself to Jeff George when we're all said and done.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh, okay.
Because I heard something that perhaps maybe you were handed the answers to the test.
No.
For me,
No.
Look at him.
I'll tell you. Listen, Adam sent me a text. Like, here's a practice Wonderlic to get you primed, for the thing or whatever. It wouldn't be the same questions and same answers, but just to kind of get you in that mode. And I told him, thank you very much for thinking of me, but we're doing zero prep on this. Just like Jeff George. Like Jeff George went in. Jeff George went into that thing knowing I'm going to be the number 1 pick. I don't need to study for this test or prepare myself. So just like I did for the ACT, zero prep, we're going into it. Flying straight into it.
I don't believe you.
Giants
that's
pick is
probably
in.
good because I borrowed some questions from WonderlicPracticeTest.com.
Ooh.
Oh,
Awesome.
This pick is courtesy of the Bears, you guys, for the Giants. So
Yeah. How did
let's
that
see
happen?
what they end up doing. Well, that's how they got it to get Justin Fields
Oh, yeah.
last year. Who's going to now torment the Packers for years and years and years? Pick is in. Let's find out what it is. Giants. This thing is moving faster than normal. Does it feel like it?
It does.
It does feel like it's moving faster than normal.
They must only get 10 minutes now.
Yeah.
I think, and I think they made it quicker too, so you could have fewer boo sessions for Raj. Like, they don't let him get booed as long.
Is he getting booed? I don't have the volume on.
He got booed right away, of course, first when he came out. Evan Neal goes to the Giants. They're pretty stoked.
I watched Draft Day today That's my annual thing I do every year. I watch it and do 1,265 mock drafts while I'm watching it. And in the movie, when Roger Goodell walks out, they make it have like a huge cheer with no booze. So you know it's a fake movie. You know the movie is a bunch of crap because it's obviously not true.
Whoa.
Dang, I'm sorry about that, Lee. That's not a good idea to go to Vegas, I guess. It's a bad experience. Favre said he threw harder than Jeff George. You're right. He did say that. He also got Favre got 13-point higher Wonderlic than Jeff George as well, just so you know. Oh, okay. Messerschmitt agrees with the pick. No brainer. And Josh George, how you doing? We haven't heard from... And I did not say Josh George before. I said Jeff George. So Josh, just so you know, bro, I was not comparing myself and hoping to beat you in the Wonderlic. I'm sure I couldn't, but I hope I can beat Jeff George's 10. I hope.
Maybe.
We'll see. All right, I want to show a video. You know this guy, Neil, he's really good. Got drafted by the Giants. So far, the Giants are doing great. All right, let's get to this. I made some new videos for a special draft. I really appreciate it. I hope you like the new open. And I made some other videos. Did you like the double D on there? Ekis,
Yeah.
You see that one? You like that? You like that? Hope the Packers can find like a 7th-round receiver. Ekis, were you paying attention when we did the open of the show? Or
Yeah, I was.
Oh, okay, good.
Sorry, I was reading the chats. I was looking at the chats.
Okay, you look confused there for a second. I was like, come on, man. Were you... I put a lot of time and effort into it.
I would look stupid while I'm trying to read the chat.
I do that all the time. I gotta like read comments and do stuff when I'm getting stuff set up at the radio station for the shows, and they're doing like a Facebook video, and I just look like angry or stupid or something because I'm reading, or it's not a great thing. Anyway, you know what Brian Gutekunst doesn't want you to do is he'll tell you he doesn't want you to go away. So we will also tell you that we got some videos to show throughout. Let's just show a couple of them. Yeah. Now, I'm sure no one noticed that before, but there was proof in that video with the still picture of Rasul Douglas making that awesome interception to end the Cardinals game. Why did AJ Green not battle him for the ball? He was distracted by Ben and me being right in his peripheral vision. Did you see that? You see how he was looking the opposite direction? And Ben and I were up in the corner there. So, Rasul Douglas, you're welcome. We helped distract AJ Green for you to make that awesome play.
I missed it.
I missed it too.
God, come on!
I hope you used more than just Black Unicorn, or else people are going to get sick of that song.
Well, I'm not going to play it all the time. I'm going to wait.
Oh, okay. Josh George wants you to get a mullet, Jason. He doesn't know that you used to rock the mullet back in the day.
I got one for you. I'm going to bring it up here in a minute. Just wait. I did a little prep on this one. I didn't do the right work. I just used that same song because I was lazy. I was too lazy to change the song.
Hey, it's a great song.
It is a great song. It is great.
I wrote it, so you know
Right.
it's good.
And you sang it and you helped perform it. But yeah, okay.
And I played the bass on it.
Falcons pick is in too already. So.
And I played the bridge part on guitar.
All right.
But Brad did all the wah stuff because I suck at the wah.
George answered C on every question. Okay, maybe. Oh, Lee does not want him to take a wide out here. That's okay, Lee. There's plenty of wideouts to go around. It's all good.
There are.
Aaron
To be
Rodgers
honest-
was not. Oh, that's not true.
Not true.
Aaron Rodgers got a 39. Brett Favre got a 23 on the Wonderlic.
Yeah.
Just so you know. Jeff George was the one that got a 10. Not Josh George, but Jeff George. I'm going to find this mullet picture. Well, you can see this one. You can see this one right here. This is like the worst haircut of all time, and I can't believe we have that guy on our team. But anyway, never mind. All right, Jonathan, how you doing?
Sorry,
There.
just correction. Based on random website factoid I found, Aaron Rodgers had a 35, not a 39.
Oh, you know what? That may have been a Rogers associated web page that I found. Maybe it was his people that put out a new score just to create some doubt. Perhaps Drake London. Okay. Drake London, the unproven. Ben,
Wow, really?
What did Chris Sims say about Drake London, Ben?
I don't know.
You always check out Chris Sims.
Yeah, but I don't listen to him that much.
He wasn't a big fan because he said
I'm not a big fan.
He was covered a lot, right?
Yeah, and he pushes off all. I mean, I got to be honest. Kyle Pitts is a better athlete than Drake London. So their tight end that they drafted at number 8 last year, or somewhere around there, is a much better player than their wide receiver that they just drafted at 8. So it's like I would think they would get more like a quick guy or something, or a fast guy or something, like a super speed. I mean, I think that this is just like redundancy.
Right now on TV, they're just showing that he can dunk the basketball on a basketball court.
I mean, he's even walking super slow through all the cards.
So
That's how slow he moves on the field.
I mean, maybe he'll be great at the touchdown celebration, like Spike dunking it over the. Oh no, you can't do that, or can you do that now? I can't remember. But I don't know what him dunking a basketball, how that really translates. I guess he can jump. That's good.
I don't know.
Oh, he showed a lot of
I'm
love.
okay with him going. He's
That's
not the guy
fine.
I was looking for.
That's fine. He's pretty tall. He can jump, but he isn't that dynamic and doesn't really get that open. So, we can talk more if it's actually looking like the Packers are going to take a receiver in this first round. We can talk more about that prospect, because for the Packers receivers, there's got to be certain traits for that guy to work with Aaron Rodgers. There has to be certain traits. And if they're not there, that guy's not going to be on the field and not going to play. Just so you know that, if you haven't realized that yet as Packers fans.
Yeah.
All right, I got to do my one thing. You guys talk. I got to figure this out. I got to track this down, and I'm going to pull up a photo in honor of Josh George's comment.
Well, I'm actually surprised there hasn't been any trade downs yet. I guess nobody wants to go up and get these guys.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that they've been talking about. But I think there might be more movement, coming up.
Yeah.
In the middle, like between like in the teens and stuff. But I don't think Drake London. Like I wouldn't take Drake London. I would take Olave over. I would take Jameson Williams first, and then I would take Olave, and then I would take first take. I wouldn't even take Drake London, to be honest. I just don't like him.
I think this year's draft, at least more than recent years, has so much more uncertainty, right? I mean, look at these expert picks and mock drafts, and it seems like the players are all over the board. Like even the top 10, it's not like a consensus top few picks.
Well,
So they could get down to the middle rounds, and that's just going to trickle down and get even more messy, maybe because there's not a clear number one receiver, or the clear number one receiver is hurt, right? So yeah, I'm curious to see how it shakes out too, but that could certainly be part of the trading up thing. Some of these guys could drop down into the 20s. So how far do you reach up to go get a guy that might still fall to you without having to move?
plus no quarterbacks really going. No big quarterback names.
Yeah.
Zero's bringing up Baker Mayfield, thinking the Falcons might make a move for him. I think no one's going to make a move for Baker Mayfield. They're going to force the Browns to cut him. It makes no sense to trade him and then have to pay him $18 million when the Browns have no takers. Force them to cut him, eat the money, whatever the guarantee money is on that, and then you can sign him for like peanuts because he's guaranteed money, and he'll be like, "Hey, sweet."
All right,
It doesn't make any sense.
I was just catching up on comments real quick here. Let me just, because these are good ones. About London, Lee just says can't separate or extend the field. This is the first wide receiver taken in the draft, right?
Yeah, I don't get it.
The first wide receiver taken in this draft. This is
it's like Keyshawn Johnson all over again.
and
So
then
he's big and tall, but was Keyshawn Johnson that dynamic when he played? No.
Jonathan also hated all the time Michael Irvin pushed off to get open.
Yeah, well, that's what this guy does.
And Lee's hoping the Seahawks will take a bad pick. And I don't know. There were some
usually
people,
do.
Some people saying the Seahawks might go O-line here, and I hope they don't. I hope they try to rebuild with a skill position or something instead and get a guy like that. And then, okay, now you're commenting about Baker. I'm caught up there. Now I still got to get my other stuff. So I'll continue on.
Well, I was just saying, like, I mean, if it was me and I was a team that was interested in Baker Mayfield, I would. Why trade anything for him? Because you still have to pay that $18 million. And not only that, how much of an upgrade is he from what you already have? Like the Saints, okay, they've got, Jameis. The Panthers have, they don't want another guy from that same draft class. They've already got Darnold there. And then the Seahawks, who knows what the heck they're doing? And then who else is left? Maybe the Lions, I guess, because Jared Goff stinks. But is Baker that much of a difference between? Yeah, well, Pittsburgh, yeah. Well, who do they got? They got Mitch Trubisky. I mean, Baker is better than all those guys, but is he worth $18 million more to pay on your roster when you could probably just get him for nothing because nobody wants him? Or even then, is he worth that? I don't think so. I don't think anybody trades for him. I mean, I think the Browns are really stupid for what they did. I've already said that on a different show. And how, I mean, they want Wiener Boy instead of him. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
What? Yeah, Messerschmitt, click on. Oh, well, where are you? Facebook? Sorry, I can't help you with Facebook. Thought you were YouTube.
Yeah, Messerschmitt, you're on Meta, and we are anti-Meta on this. No, just kidding. So the Facebook, you'd only see, if you're on Facebook watching, you'd only see the Facebook chatters. A lot of people are chatting on YouTube, so if you want to get involved with the YouTube chatters and go back and forth, you got to go on YouTube to get it, because most of the guys are on YouTube. But we welcome our Facebook audience as well, even though we hate Meta. We're very anti-Meta, but we
you are anti-Meta. I don't even know. I don't care what a Meta is. Don't matter to me.
You don't care. You don't care that Meta is changing the name of the Oculus Quest to the Meta Quest, which everybody hates.
I don't even know what the Oculus
All right. Well,
Quest is.
You're behind the times, bro. I got it. I know.
Sorry, Ben. I'm with you. I'm too old.
I don't care.
I'm just playing. But anyway, the point.
I watched a DVD of Draft Day today, so there you go.
If you want to see the other, I'm pulling up their comments on here, so you'll see them. But if you want to chat with them, you got to head to YouTube for that.
I play nerd games, like actual nerd games, like in hand, paper and cardboard and plastic nerd games, not apps and crap.
All right, Mess is heading over to YouTube. That sounds good. Look at this. Zero's hoping they'll take Malik Willis. Pick is in. We'll find out momentarily. Zero. We'll find out. The whole world will find out.
They might take a quarterback. I mean, who knows?
Well, why not? They just lost their number one awesome quarterback who beat up Matt Flynn. Made Matt Flynn irrelevant. That's hard to do, guys.
I was thinking about that today too. I watched Draft Day today. You know what else? The other thing that makes it fictitious beyond belief, besides the fact that when Robert Goodell walks out, he gets a big cheer. The number one overall quarterback was a quarterback from UW-Madison. That would never happen in a million years.
Charles Cross is the pick.
It's a bunch of crap. Charles tackle, son of a monkey butt.
He's very solid. He's very.
That's
good.
like the first Seahawk pick that's actually good in like 20 years.
Yeah,
he's like in the first round, anyways.
He's pretty much unless he has some major injury come up or whatever, I think he's going to be a very good player.
Yeah.
So Lee likes it too.
It's funny that they draft a pass protecting left tackle right after they trade Russell Wilson, and that's all he complained about for years. I bet you they did it just to be like, screw you, Russ. There you go. There's your protection, you little butt monkey.
Oh, I gotta watch hey, let me give you this real quick. So now you're looking at 4 people. Now the Packers put this out. This is courtesy of the Packers, but this was put out recently. And Josh George, this is to honor your comment. These used to be some Packers that you could enjoy once upon a time.
Oh, man.
Look at those haircuts. We'll just even go like this here.
Jeff Query's haircut is,
that's
the longest of them all.
Well, it wasn't cut.
I think Chris Jackie, he really I mean, look at him. He looks really confident. Like, I'm really rocking this hair more than the other guys. You know, Tony Manwich, he's kind of like, well, somebody
Tony's
just
bald on top practically. He just looks terrible.
Business in the front, party in the back.
yeah. He's like somebody just this was a cruel joke, or I lost.
We
a
all
bet.
had that hair. We all had that hair.
There's still a lot of people in Wisconsin that have that hair.
I remember Rick's hair. Rick had like a buzz cut everywhere, and then just a couple long strands in the back.
Kept my neck warm, man.
Yeah. Chris Jackie looks like Dave Koz. Remember Dave Koz, the saxophone player for Richard
He
Marx?
does. I was gonna say Richard Marx. He kind of reminds you.
No, he looks more like Dave Koz. He
okay.
looks like Dave Koz, for sure. Dave Koz. Look
You
him
keep
up.
looking at mullets. I got to grab a beer.
Whatever, Eckes. You had a mullet.
Yeah, you had a mullet.
We know Bruce had a mullet for sure. I can guarantee Bruce. He looks like a guy who had a mullet.
Hells yeah! I was gonna challenge you guys to everybody bring a mullet pick. Here, there he is. Oh, he beeped in before. There he is. Bruce, tell us about your mullet. I know you had one.
I actually did. It looked very similar to Mikowski because I was QB in football. So I did it on purpose. They called me Magic Man, actually, interestingly enough.
Did you have that little bit of rise on top, or were you more kind of like puff like Jeff Query? Or were you because you
Were
got
you
like
going bald like Tony Mandritch?
No, because look how thick his hair is. Look how he's kind of like mine. So
I think it was Query. It was more like Query, and to be honest with you, and I can't believe I'm telling everybody this, but I actually used a curling iron to curl the back a little bit.
wow,
Oh,
very
nice.
impressive. That's. I mean, I was
So-
taking your mullet serious.
That's going one step beyond.
Yeah.
Chris, man.
Not everyone could have a naturally curly mullet.
My wife is laughing at me right now because she heard me say
Who didn't rock a mullet? No, I would say 90% of people did at some point. It was a sad time.
Well, that are our age, yes.
Yeah, right.
I don't know about younger people. They had some sense.
Like this.
That's why it's so odd to see Royce, good old Roycey. There it is.
Oh, where the hell did you find that? Put
Wow.
that crap away. All right, here.
What is that? Is that sophomore year?
Let me make it big
That's
here. We'll make
freshman
it
year,
big.
1992.
Well, that's freshman year. There's Jace with freshman year hair.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm getting pretty close to that again. Like right now,
Find mine. You gotta have my junior picture in there.
you know, this is really
Don't
good.
look in here.
Or
Hold
unless
on.
you're just doing your own class or whatever. I don't know.
Hold on.
If you can find a Ben in there, it's gonna look bad.
Well, I got
I'll tell you
one.
that.
Well, I had.
This is very serious.
There you go.
Oh,
Look at that mullet with the crazy top. Yes. And I was pissed. My flare in my nostrils. That's back when I thought if I flared my nostrils, I looked good. But I really.
You were wrong.
Yeah, I look good all the time. I don't have to flare my nostrils. What was I thinking?
the
That one
Jet-
chick said that's the hottest guy I've ever seen.
Hottest guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rick has
you
already-
weren't there, Rick. You weren't
Rick
there.
has already cleared this up. All right, the Jets pick is in at number 10. And I don't want to throw. I know we got some more photos to get into here, but if Rick ever wants to get to the Wonder Rick test, we can go for that at some point.
Let's do it.
All
I
right,
still
we're
don't
gonna-
quite know what's going on with this Wonder
I don't either. I just knew the name. I don't know anything about the test. I know zero.
No, but I mean, how are we doing this?
Okay, Jets pick is
Okay.
in. Let me announce the pick here real quick.
If Rick's going to give the test when his computer is all whacked out, we're in trouble because
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know what's going on.
Garrett Wilson, the Jets take Garrett Wilson. Rick, I don't know.
Ooh, Hop Along Cassidy. That's a nickname for him. Hop Along
he is.
Cassidy.
Now Ben,
I'm here.
you're back now. You're back. Okay, maybe I had to remove the mullet from here just to make it better. Okay, maybe that'll help. I take the mullet away. Yeah, Garrett Wilson. Watch him get knocked on his ass a lot. Great. He's small and shifty. Gonna get knocked on his ass a lot.
Can you select the slideshow from your side?
Oh yeah, of course. I'm sorry.
Here we go.
All right, I'm going to, in the meantime,
Wow.
to get rid of reverberations, I'm gonna have to mute a couple of people here. I'll make this very official, but we'll bring you back. No worries.
All right. It's
All right,
time for the super awesome, almost official Wonderlic test, but we had to make some changes. So it's the Wonder Rick test.
Oh,
So,
nice.
Oh,
Yeah. Whoa, hey, oh,
Oh, hey, hey, ho. What happened? Hey, what? Whoa, we're already in there. What are we
Oh
doing?
my
We're jumping
God.
all over the here.
I think we just got a preview there. I'm excited about that.
Ah, we got the answer.
Why jump into
No.
the Whoa, hey, whoa, let's cancel it. Close this.
It's
Why is
D.
it
It's
moving?
D.
I'm not moving anything. It's going crazy here. All right, get rid of my screen the different way here. This is why it's super awesome, almost official. All right, get rid of this, Jason. Axe it.
Oh, you want me to make it go away? Okay, hang on. I
Yeah,
gotta,
let's see if I can just share and open my PowerPoint
All right.
here instead.
do that here. Okay, yeah, that's probably good.
Share screen.
All right, I gotta
Like the
drop
window.
this.
PowerPoint.
There we go. All right, get rid of that.
Oh, what the hell?
All right, Rick, I'm gonna mute you so you don't give us a bad rating on YouTube here. All right, let's
What the
get
heck?
here. We got Wonderlic is easy, just got to be fast. Lee says. Lee, have you taken it? Have you taken the one? Oh, nice. Messerschmitt thinks the Vikings are trading down. I don't know why they would do that. Come on, Vikings.
That's
Just
not a
take
catch in the NFL.
take a dumb pick like you normally would. It's like an IQ test, just random questions. Well, then we're in trouble. 0. Thanks for that. And Kenny needs help. Jonathan says Kenny needs help. He wants a D tackle here in the first
Oh.
round. Okay. Ben said that before.
I like that.
I mean, look, Packers can't go too wrong here. D tackle, offensive lineman, or wide receiver. Any of those would be fine.
All right.
How come there's
give
no?
me
How come
the,
there- oh, go Rick.
I think you need to select my screen share. I can't do anything
yeah.
with it.
I got it. I'm in control. You know, that's the only
Not that
way
one.
this show works.
Oh, that's
You
always the
should see
worst.
another one. You should see another one that shows my desktop.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad. No, I don't. Oh, wait. Yeah, this one. Yeah,
There,
right.
that one. There we go. All right. Now, if I go like this, does it show up? You guys see a PowerPoint thing now?
Not yet, but it might happen.
Oh, because it's on a different. It's on a different window, so you got to go and select your other thing here. In the meantime, let me ask you this question, you guys. Let me ask you this question here.
You might still have some guys muted.
I'm gonna bring him back.
Okay.
So wasn't it the Saints? Wasn't it rumored when the Packers moved up to get Jordan Love? Wasn't it rumored that the Saints were super interested and they were going to take him, and that's why the Packers had to jump in front to take him?
No.
That was incorrect.
Oh no, I think was it the Saints or was it? It could have been.
Bruce, any recollection on that?
Yeah, honestly, I think you might be right. Actually, I kind of remember that as a possibility, but
So wouldn't the Saints be a possible Jordan Love trade partner at this? I mean,
Well, they just traded up to number 11 with the Washington Commanders.
yeah. You don't think they're going to take a quarterback here, though, do you?
I don't know, but I hope they didn't trade both their first-round picks to do it, because that'd be stupid.
Oh my gosh.
Hopefully they traded just one of their first-round picks and like a third-round pick or something like that.
So Mess says they traded down to where he thought the Vikings were going. No, okay. Oh yeah, Lee
Vikings are
did
going to
take the
get your
one,
corner, Messerschmitt. They're going to get your corner, bro.
What? Lee 32 or 33? Nice. Wow, impressive.
it's not about the Wonderlic though. It's about RAS scores.
That's right.
Now
Always
let's
about the RAS scores.
I want to clarify that too, because we had some new commenters and people that we appreciate your comments, even if sometimes they're wrong. That's fine. Like the one dude who said we have terrible takes and then tried to say all these draft picks played right away. Like, dude, go back and check.
Oh my yeah, I saw.
Like, come
AJ Dillon didn't play until week 16.
Yeah,
that was when he finally played.
And a bunch of the other guys didn't play hardly at all either. Like in their first season, just heads up. So the point we were trying to make,
DeGuara got hurt in week 1.
Our take that was so terrible was that we wanted the Packers to draft players that are going to actually put on the field this season right away, not So when you list it off, well, this guy played, this guy played, this guy. Go back and look at their snaps in their first season. Okay, number of snaps in the field. Other thing was somebody questioned like the situation with, I can't remember now. Train of thought escapes me. It's been a rough week, but people questioned. It'll come back to me. I'll leave it alone. Rick, you got your stuff figured out? I was just buying some time there anyway.
It says I am screen sharing that window now, but all I see is me.
Well, yeah, I got to activate you here. I got to, I'm in charge. I don't see it in there.
I got the little prompt up at the top of the window saying you're sharing another application window.
Okay.
I think the Saints jumped up to take wide receiver.
All right. There's more than one way to skin a cat here. I'm just going to print
Jameson Williams.
Is it a document you can send to me? Because then I can get it pulled up if you want. If it's email, you said it was like 7 megs.
I'll figure it out. I'll just print it and hold up the sheets, and we're doing old school.
Oh my god!
Like
then I'm
1978 Wonderlic.
Then I'm bringing that mullet picture back. If we're going,
Woo!
we're gonna pull that arrangement and MacGyver this stuff. I'm bringing the mullet pick back.
All right, I'm gonna mute because it could get noisy here.
Oh yes, it came back to me. See, thoughts come back. The RAS, right? The relative athletic score. Somebody said that doesn't really matter. Blah 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 blah. We agree. The relative athletic score should not determine whether you want to pick a player or not. Most of the time, it should be about how they are as a player. And one of our favorite Packers in recent memory is Micah Hyde, who had a terrible res. He had a terrible relative athletic score. He had like a 4.6 something. It was terrible. But he's a great football player. So we weren't saying this is what the Packers should do because, it's all about that score. What we were saying is Goody loves the RAS, and a bunch of his picks are all based on that RAS.
Right.
So that's what we were trying to convey. So anyway, that's what
My favorite receiver is Jahan Dotson, but I don't think the Packers will take him because he's just not, he's not. He's a 6 point something RAS score, even though he's perfectly good at everything he does. I don't
Saints
know.
pick is in.
It's gonna be Jameson Williams. I'm telling you.
I think so too.
They want speed, and they don't need it right away because they're not in the window to win right now. They can wait until he comes in like November, and then he'll kill everybody with his craziness.
Tony Gonzalez.
Why is Tony Gonzalez doing the Saints?
I don't know. Tony Gonzalez, and you got Austin Heckler up there as well next to Raj.
What?
I don't know. I'm not sure what's happening here. It's the Chiefs versus the Bolts. I'm not sure what's happening, but it's the Saints pick, so I'm not sure. And I don't have my sound down because I want to pay attention to what you guys are saying, but I suppose I should.
Well, I wouldn't pay attention to any of you guys, but
all right, that's fair. That's fair.
Especially Rick when he gives the Wonder Rick. If that ever happens, then I'm not going to pay attention, and then I'm really going to score 0 points. I'll be the dumbest Wonder Rick of all time. Is it like the Wonder Bra or the Wonder Wall? I need a Wonder Bro. Remember the Bro from Seinfeld?
Have the Falcons picked like 3 wide receivers in a row the last 3 drafts? I mean, seriously.
Well, they took a tight end.
No, because they took Kenny Pitts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like a tight end. I don't know what's going on here. The Saints fans are like, why do we have Tony Gonzalez up here?
You're stealing all our thunder, man. Like, what's going on? Tony Gonzalez, Austin Eckler, get the hell out of here. You're not a Saints. None of you guys are Saints. Zero says I got to go Willis. Oh my gosh.
Jameson Williams.
Yeah,
that's who I would take.
He'll drop these quarterbacks. Nobody wants these quarterbacks this year. They're all down on him. So, all right, get on with it.
Are they trying to get more time in the draft or what?
I guess the first round was going too quickly, and ABC must have said, "Guys, we got lots of spots to get in yet, so stretch this crap out, delay it a little bit, make Raji Goodell slow him down."
It's got to be because they're doing against Raiders fans, so it's the Chiefs and the
that's terrible.
Chargers. They're mortal enemies of the Raiders apparently. So, but they won't let Denver in there at all.
Denver, they're going to be good. Hackett's got them going in the right direction. Oh, and Quinn Miners too, by the way. All right, Saints are going to select a player. Their fans are excited. Oh, they're excited. Chris Olave.
Really?
Chris Olave is off the
Really?
Saints.
Wow.
Well, we're not picking any receiver in the first round now. I don't
Hell
think.
no, we're not.
That's all right. Zion, keep coming
Right.
down, baby.
And Jordan Davis and Zion Johnson. There you go.
Oh, if we went D tackle and offensive lineman,
That'd
I'll
be
say
the
this.
perfect scenario there.
Chris Olave is the Ray Allen of this draft. He's just smooth. He makes everything look easy. I like him, and it's a shame.
I don't think he was worth moving up for, though.
No, I don't think he's 11. I think he's going to be a good player, though. He's going to make things happen, but he's not like he needs somebody else along with him. I think you know what I mean.
Agree.
Can you
But he's
guys
still really good.
can you guys read things if I hold them up in front of the camera?
make you big. I'm sure we can.
Oh,
Okay, Rick wanted to go totally old school here. I appreciate it, Rick. I love it. So we're doing it. We're MacGyvering and old school. This is classic show, classic Rick.
all right. So, the real Wonderlic is 50 questions in 12 minutes. 6 minutes, 12 minutes. Anyway, there's no time constraints on this because, well, you know how this works by now. Things never go as planned. So,
Especially,
trying to keep this a little bit entertaining. The Hafeman Brothers will take turns, alternating each question. One point per correct answer, and then we'll extrapolate to get your Wonderlic scores. So, all right, who's going first, Jason or Ben?
I don't know. This was Nico's idea, so
yeah. Where's Nickel? He should do it.
Ben, I guess, or me. I'll go first. I don't care.
You go first.
I'll go first.
I've been drinking this unicorn beer. I don't know what's going on.
Drinking coal shit's helping my oratory skills.
Ooh.
When folded
Oh,
into a
God.
cube, which corner would touch corner A? Can you read that? So we got
Yeah.
all right,
Okay.
I saw the answer.
Corner B.
corner B as
Wait,
in Bravo.
I can't see. It's kind of blurry. Wait, what's the one on the bottom? Corner D. The one on the
D.
bottom.
That's correct.
D.
1
Yes! Dang it! I should have took that answer because I knew it because I saw it earlier because I would have cheated.
I didn't pay
Dang
attention.
it!
And then Rick was trying to throw me off by making it blurry, so I couldn't even read which letter was Rich.
because you need more beers.
No, it's just it was too close to your camera. They couldn't
Right.
quite focus.
Ben, if your bill is $19.56 and you pay
Oh my God.
$50.01, how much change should you get back?
None of that.
No answer.
Why am I so dumb? 30, 45.
Correct. One
Yes!
point.
Yeah! I'm not a complete moron.
All right, Jason. Math time for you now, sir.
Oh boy.
I was on the math team at one point.
A store owner bought some flower pots for $1,200. The flower pots were sold for $2,700, making a profit of $30 per pot. How many flower pots did she sell?
Holy crap.
Well, I have to do all this in my head. Okay,
Oh, you
I'm
got this.
I'm gonna say. Okay.
You got this. You got this.
Do I have it? Okay.
Come on, you got this. I got it already. If I know it,
48.
gets it-
A.
no, it's 50. Come on. Damn it.
Ben almost gets a steal.
I overthought it.
You got to subtract the total from the other amount, and then you do that divided by what he says, and then there you go.
That sounds like new math. I learned old math.
Because it was 2,700 minus 1,300, which was 1,500, divided by the 30 equals 50. Boom.
I
my
think it's
God.
clear where Grant got his brains from.
These Lions fans are
No,
ferocious.
he got it from Jessie, my wife. She's way smarter than me.
Lions fan. Lions have another pick in at number 12, and they have like
Oh,
old guys.
Vikings did trade. Messerschmitt should be happy. Did they trade all the way to 32?
There's an old guy that dyed his mustache blue, lion blue.
All right, let's get the Detroit pick, and then we'll let Ben have his turn.
No,
in
you're
the-
fine. Give Ben. They're gonna screw around here.
All right, I'm gonna screw
Right.
this up. Oh my God, Candy Maker makes 2. What is all this?
Rick can read it, or maybe not.
A candy maker makes 2 sizes of candies. Using the small size,
It's
a
too
full
many
jar
words.
will contain 120 pieces of candy.
Oh my God.
Using the larger candies, a jar will contain 80 pieces of candy.
Oh, what the hell?
The candy maker has a strict rule that no jars will contain a mix of small and large candies. The store has room for 15 jars.
Holy crap!
They want 1,560 total pieces of candy.
What the crap?
How many jars will contain smaller candies?
Okay, this is one where I would pass if it was the actual test. But since we're not doing a time limit. All right, so 120 pieces, and this is the smaller ones, right?
Yes.
And they want how many, what is it, 15 jars total?
Yes.
And they want 1560?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. I think it's 2.
Wrong.
Shit.
9.
9. Damn.
I would have had that one. I would have had that one.
You didn't have nothing. You
I
didn't
did.
know.
I did, and the Lions.
You didn't
just
know.
The Lions just picked Jameson Williams, by the way. So
Oh my God.
go along
Yeah.
with the good St. Brown, and
Oh my God.
now they just
Why
need
would the Vikings trade with the Lions? How dumb are they?
and they got Hutchinson. So Lions, yeah.
Oh my God.
We haven't talked much about the Lions this offseason. Maybe we're gonna have to start talking about them after this. Right.
All right. Here's something for Jason to talk about.
All right, what do we got, Rick? I'm very serious. Oh, the square footage.
Footage of a room is 1,400 feet.
Yes.
If one side is 25 feet long, what is the length of the other side?
Bruce
It's-
left.
23. Is that correct?
No.
No.
I don't know either.
What?
What is it? I don't do square footage.
You can't tell me that the. Can you,
Jason,
can
you
we,
should
like,
know
jot
that
this
one.
Down? Can we jot this down? Can we use?
You're
our,
the house guy.
Were you allowed to use a calculator on the Wonderlic, or is it just like from your
No,
top of your head?
From the top of your head.
You might get pens and paper. It's 56.
You don't get pens and paper either.
Or you might get a pencil and paper. I don't know. I got a lot
Well,
of paper
that's a
here.
game changer. I could have got all those right then if I knew that.
Man,
56.
Jameson Williams is really good.
All right. Well, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this the old-fashioned way before pens and paper were even invented. So no pens and paper, just brain.
All right.
All right.
Ben with a chance to
Rick.
take lead here.
Oh boy.
There are 4 times as many used cars in the car dealership lot as there are new cars. There are 120 cars total in the dealership lot. How many new cars are there on the lot?
Whoa. New cars? 4 times as many used cars?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, for God's sake. Well, it's got to be easy, right? It's got to be 25.
No, it's 24.
Oh,
God, I suck! I'm an idiot!
why are all these math
Why?
questions?
Yeah, every question's a
This is a
freaking
math
math
test.
question. Ask me something else. I suck at math.
Do the football players have to be like?
I got a 22 on the
I
ACT in math.
I don't understand.
What raised me up higher was my English. Where's the English questions?
Don't worry, there's some English ones on here.
Where's the music questions? I'm really good at those.
All right, well, we'll see if we can-
Oh man, it's Bruce's.
Where's the
We're really
football
good at
questions? I want some
basketball
football
too,
questions.
Yeah, how does this
There's,
relate?
there's
to
a football question in here.
All right,
Oh, okay.
let's get on with it.
One question out of 50. Genius.
Here's
for
a pretty
guys going
one. It
into
should be for
football.
Ben, but it's for Jason.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Ooh,
If
I like
cookies-
cookies.
Sell for $1 and oranges sell for 75 cents. How many of each were sold for a total of $8.25?
Oh my God.
Cookies sell for $1. oranges for 75 cents. How many
Oh, okay.
each sold for a total of $8.25? Okay.
You got this. You got this. I know you got this. You got this one.
Okay. See, I would buy more cookies. So based on that, I'm gonna go with the second one, B.
No.
Jason, if cookies are $1
It's
each,
3
you
oranges
get
and
9
6 cookies.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, you're right. So it's never mind.
Hey, Rick. Just know I got 2
just
right
wanted
that
to
he
get
got
us-
wrong.
I know.
So
Ben might get bonus points here.
And I
we
would
should
have had
add
the
those
9.
in.
I had the 9, but you got wrong.
You didn't have that.
I did have it.
Okay, well then, Rick, don't give the answer too quick. Let him, like, if I don't know it, let him. If I say I'm done, let him get a chance, even
Would
though
I
he
ever
has
lie?
no clue.
I don't lie.
All right, we'll give him 1 imaginary point for that too, just in case it matters.
Give me. That's 2 imaginary points I get.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is not a competition. This is a total Hafeman Brothers IQ test. This is not like
Put
we're
our
doing this
heads
together.
You know,
Okay.
it's
So
yeah.
you know.
The sum of the parts is greater than the whole.
Yeah, I want to write an essay. Yeah. Where's my blue book or whatever that thing is called?
Sand is to beach as blank is to road.
Asphalt.
You're right.
Dang, that's the easy. That's what I like. This is to that is to this. Those are the kinds I'm good at.
I think that was what I think Terry Bradshaw got that one right.
Yeah, that's what I think he would have got right too.
All right. Here's an easy one for Jason.
Yes.
Ooh, who did the Eagles take?
Ooh, I don't know. It's not in there yet.
The pick is in. They haven't announced it. As far
All
as
right.
my
We'll tell you.
Trying to distract him before giving him this tough one.
Okay. Oh boy. All right.
How many ounces are in a pound and a half?
Ooh, pound and a half. That's 24.
Yeah. We're not as dumb as we look.
All right, here's some logicking for Ben.
Oh crap.
Oh, sorry, we saw that one right.
Okay.
If the first 2 statements are true, is this last statement true as well? Dogs like sticks. Marvin has a stick. Marvin is a dog.
No, that's not true. Like in real life? What is this?
This is
If the first 2 statements are true. Oh, well then I guess he is. Yeah, I guess. If the first 2 statements are no. In real life, no. It's uncertain. You don't know.
It is uncertain.
Okay, because it's like Marvin,
You just said all the answers.
I know it is.
I didn't want to be on record that you just said every one of the freaking answers.
You sounded more certain about it being uncertain.
Yeah, I was so uncertain that Rick knew that was the implication that I was doing.
All right, but now Jason gets the football question.
Ah,
Oh, is it an offensive interior line question? Those are what I'm good at.
I don't know if offensive linemen would be able to go this far.
If it's a speed question, I will fail. What's up?
Football field is 100 yards.
Okay.
It also includes 2 end zones that are 10 yards long each.
Yep.
How many feet long is a football field, including the end zones?
oh my gosh.
Okay. 360.
Correct.
Good job. I would have got that wrong. Wait, I didn't admit that. I'm not admitting that. I knew that.
I will say I had never been asked that question related to football before.
That's the football question. That has
They
nothing to
may
do
have-
with football.
They may have asked me how long would it take you to run that many yards, and I would say a very long time. But I probably actually after like half that amount, I would have been looking behind me like Eddie Lacy, like, can somebody tackle me already? Because I'm tired of running. But I did figure the math out.
Hey, are all these kids vaccinated that Roger Goodell is hugging over here, or what?
Yes,
He's bringing all these kids on stage. I hope they're all vaccinated.
and they've all been tested, although that's not a guarantee of anything. But you know,
Okay.
All right. We chased Bruce away.
Bruce, it's his birthday. I forgot that. Bruce,
It's always Bruce's birthday on draft day.
How is that possible? The NFL just maybe that's what it is. The draft is like birthday celebration.
It was his son's birthday that one time.
Oh, okay, that's right. That's right.
Or maybe it was his birthday. I don't remember.
All right, Ben. Clean
Yeah,
up
what
your
do you
glasses. You're gonna have to squint at this one.
Oh, for crap! Whoa!
How many of the
of
six
the-
pairs of items listed below are exact duplicates? You go closer if you can't read.
Okay, I got you. 1, 2. 3.
2.
What? What's the second one?
It-
8, 6, or is it 8, 5 the first one? 8, 6, 8, 8, 7, right?
Yep.
Okay. 1, 4, 4, 4, 3.
Yep.
And then 1. Oh, I got that long one wrong. All right, I suck. That was easy. How the hell did I screw that up? That's a
Because you're
that's
distracted.
a Terry Bradshaw.
The Eagles are super happy that they got Jordan
Hey,
Davis.
that paper kept moving and out of focus. It messed me up.
Well,
Totally.
you also said all of the answers on the last question, and Rick gave you credit for it. So
That's
I
true.
think
That's
it's
true.
fine.
Yeah. That's
The
fine.
Eagles got Jordan Davis at pick 13. They're really good. But
That makes sense. They like big, huge monster dudes.
he's gonna crush people. He's good.
He
All
is
right.
good.
Since the draft likes to measure people with like fractions in their height,
Oh boy.
let's see how Jay can handle dealing with fractions.
Ooh, I have been working with my kids a little bit on fractions.
Which number comes next in this series?
Okay. So it's the first one, 1 and 2 ninths.
Correct.
Wow. Nice job. No clue on that
Ding,
one.
Ding, ding.
I was pretty good at 4th grade fractions, 4th grade math last year for homeschooling and virtual school helper, teacher assistant right here. Unpaid, but I did pretty well.
All right.
Good job.
It's quite a suit.
Yeah, they all got what's with all these suits, man? They all got like bright striping and different stuff going on here. It's pretty wild, pretty fun.
Yeah, that's weird.
Mo's
Okay.
here. Oh, do you want me? We're doing the Wonderlic Mo, but Mo says he's battling a cold, fighting a head cold. He's fighting a head cold right now, but really that's an excuse because he's embarrassed by that last Viking trade. He didn't want to come on.
Yeah. Wow. Did they trade all the way to 32? They must have.
All right, we'll take a quick break and get our Rick's got to go here pretty soon too, right? Right, Rick?
Run good.
All right. We'll bring Mo on real quick to get his thoughts on that Viking
Sure.
trade real quick here, Mo. Sorry about your cold, although I know it's induced by the Vikings and their terrible decisions. So tell us about that last trade. What did you wish they would have done?
I wish they would have taken Williams, the wide receiver, or Kyle Hamilton, the safety, because it's impact players right away. And I'm okay with the trade down. I just didn't like that one because you're moving down 20 spots in the first. You're gaining 12 spots in the second, and then a 3rd round pick, and that just doesn't seem like it's enough. That doesn't seem like it's enough at all. I think they got, maybe they'll package some of those things and move back up to what they want, but. Things didn't maybe fall the way they wanted to, and that's fine with trading down, but that's terrible value. I thought it was terrible value, in my opinion. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Well, we thought it was kind of classic Vikings. I mean, it made sense for the Vikings, but
I don't think it made sense. They had
no, but I mean-
impact players there.
No,
How
I
many
understand.
times do you draft in the top 10, top 12 where you can get an impact awesome player? It's
Yeah,
dumb.
take them.
What
Take
if they had taken
Or
Jordan
at least
Davis, Mo?
they should have gotten next year's first round pick from the Lions.
That's what I was
And-
hoping they would get.
Yeah, they should have got next year's first round. That's what I thought they got. But I guess
That's
now
what I
you're telling me what
assumed
they.
they
I
got.
wasn't paying attention to exactly what they got. But like the fact that they only got
Yeah.
moved up a little bit in the second and a third,
Yeah.
dumb. They should have got next year's
Hor-
first rounder.
It doesn't make any sense. I feel like we got fleeced completely. And I mean, to get like Jameson Williams would have been awesome, with Thielen getting older, and then, Kyle Hamilton, impact safety player, Jordan Davis, like any of those guys would have been fine with me, honestly. And now you're left with whatever's left at the end of the first and beginning of the second. And I just don't think it's enough to move 20 spots. That's insane.
Well, Viking Mo, even though you're sick, you still sound pissed at your Vikings, and you should be. So, all right.
I am.
we're in the middle of administering
All
and
right.
taking the Wonderlic test.
Continue your
I-
Wonderlic. I love you guys. Take care.
Love you too, Mo. Take
See
care
you,
of
Mo.
yourself. Hopefully the Vikings
Yeah.
don't make you feel worse. They make you feel better sometimes.
We'll see you
All
in
right.
about
Thanks.
4 hours when the Vikings check.
Sounds good. All right. Bye, guys.
See ya.
All right. Back at it here, Rick. Let's make you big again. I know how to make you big. There you go. You're
All
big
right.
again.
Well, every time you kick people off, it screws me up.
Wow. I
Whoa,
got to
quit
kick
screwing
people
them
off
up.
sometimes. Sometimes they deserve to be kicked off.
Whoa.
Wait, what did I just do here? All right, let's get back to that. There you go.
All right, Ben's turn. Trying to keep up with his little brother.
We're
Fortunately,
a
it's
team
another,
here, Rick. We're a team.
I'm on a streak here. I'm on a streak.
It's another English test for Ben.
Oh, okay. Let's do it.
Select the word that is different from the others. Ample, coin, token, change.
Ample.
Correct.
Hey!
Sweet. That's a good, easy one. All right. I like that one. Thank you, Rick. English is my thing.
I think that was the one that Bradshaw got right too.
I almost wrote a book with Eckes one time. He kept writing his book, and he sent me a bunch of pages, and then I was going to help him, and then I just never
Wait
did.
a minute. Pause the test. Is that true, Jason Eckes? Is that
Yeah.
true? Here, let's get you in
Yeah.
here. All right, explain this. How did you almost write a book with Ben before?
Well, it was mostly Eckes just writing the book and then sending me his stuff, but he was
Yeah,
kept asking me
I
what
was-
I thought.
I was writing a fantasy book because I got sick of reading so many ones that were bad. So I figured I'd write another one that would be bad. And it fit right in. But I had some good ideas, but not enough to put it all together. And I don't know, it's in a closet somewhere. It's like 300 pages long.
Wow.
I still have probably 100 pages of your stuff somewhere. I kept it. I didn't throw it away. I should have. Or at least recycled it. I should have recycled it.
Yeah.
Some of these guys that
I
slide
actually-
down the
I actually,
Kyle
this is
Hamilton
kinda
pick
cool.
by the
This is
Texans.
totally
Sorry,
off topic, but
go for it.
one of the authors that I follow, I follow him on Facebook or whatever, and he contacted me, and I got to be a beta reader. I got to read his newest novel ahead of time and let him know what I thought, and anything that he thought was weird or it's pretty cool. So I never did that before.
That's good stuff. That's what Jessie always wants me to read her stuff, and then I tell her that I'm an idiot, so you don't want that.
Somebody wanted my opinion. I was like, well,
There's a first time for everything.
Yeah,
That's-
exactly.
That's pretty cool. Zero's wondering how much would you guys pay to have the inside scoop on who the Packers would potentially draft?
Nah.
We got our. I wouldn't pay.
I think
unless
it's
you
more
mean-
fun to wait and see.
Yeah. And then your reaction could be, big and authentic. That's awesome.
Whoa, Kyle Hamilton to Baltimore.
Yep. Kyle
Makes sense.
Hamilton, yep. And Texans pick is in too, so
Dang.
time to move up, Jonathan says. I don't know. That was something Goody's done before. So
Why?
we'll see.
There's no reason to.
I don't think you move up.
Not at this point. There's nothing there that just let it come to you and take the best player that falls to you. That's
I was
what
hoping
say.
Jordan Davis would slide to us, but now I
Yeah, well, he didn't. So
Just
Nope, he
keep letting Zion come on down the board, boys. Let's bolster the interior line.
I'm for it.
Oh my God. All
You will
right,
be
Rick.
there.
Back to the test, buddy. Rick.
geez,
You're
how
back.
tall is Hamilton? Is he like 6'4"?
I don't know. All right, Jason, it's time to test your vocabulary. Redact and react. Do these words have contradictory meanings, mean neither the same nor the opposite, or have similar meanings?
Neither the same nor the opposite.
That's correct. Ding, ding.
My brother is not dumb. Good job.
I feel like I could have been a good football player if all they measured was the Wonderlic. If that's all you needed to get in, I feel like I could have been
Less
in the
math,
NFL.
more vocabulary words. I like that better.
All right, and here you go, Ben.
Dang it, I'll probably screw this up. Son of a monkey butt.
Which word does not belong? Optician, optometrist, dentist, orthodontist.
Optician.
Correct.
I was sweating on that one. I wasn't sure.
All right,
That was
I
a
would have
guess.
got.
That was a
got
guess.
That one wrong. I would have got that one wrong.
The others all end in ist.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. That's what I was thinking.
Dang, impressive.
All right.
Man.
Jason's good at figuring. He'd be haunching down in the dirt, drawing with a stick to figure this one out.
Oh boy.
Oh, another math one.
Meanwhile, the Texans pick Kenyon Green. Thank you, Texans, because I don't want the guy to make. No, that's fine. Kenyon Green, congratulations. Go play in Texas. All right, go for it.
Joseph gets married next month. 1 year ago from the date he will get married, Joseph was in the Hamptons for the 4th of July. What month is it?
All right.
Oh. Read the whole thing.
I know. Hang on. This is where the pressure of the time would get to me here. Wait, 1 year ago from the date. August.
Ugh.
June.
Dude, it's June. Damn it. It's June. Come on.
Ben gets another bonus point for whatever
That was
counts.
easy.
I know. I kind of psyched
Even
myself
Eckes
out
knew that one.
I kind of psyched myself out there. Sorry. Sorry.
You did. You were reading it too.
I know. I overthought it. I
All
should have
right.
just Georged it and let it come to me.
I'll probably screw this one up. It's okay.
This is a good one for Ben because it's about fuzzy animal pets. You know, Ben loves fuzzy animals.
Yeah, I'm allergic to them all. Let's see what we got. Oh, I can't even read. Okay, from the list below. Quadruped mammals that might be found as a pet. Ooh.
More than one answer. Or potentially more than one answer.
Oh, okay. Hamster,
So
dog, cat.
Select all of the quadrupeds.
Hamster, dog, cat.
Correct.
Man, these are easy.
Wow, that was super.
That was super easy. I like that.
That was a Bradshaw question right there. Damn. All right.
I don't know how this makes me feel dumber because I'm getting some stupid questions that are super easy, and I feel like an idiot. Like, yeah, I should know that.
It's the pressure of you're sitting there and the timer's going, and
Yeah, I could see that, but we don't have a timer, so it makes it feel weird.
All right. Similar contractor, not related. Okay. Similar.
correct.
Yes.
Oh my God, I understand the meaning of some words.
I think it just proves that Hafemans suck at math. I think that's what it is. We suck at math. We're fine with the other logic-y, weird, dumb things, and vocabulary words and stuff.
All right.
I do.
Well,
After going through that many questions so far, I don't understand how this relates to football in any way.
Yeah,
But
me
whatever.
neither.
That's fine.
I don't think it does, but it's fun. Watch people try to answer it.
All right, so we're doing 25, right? And then we're gonna cut it off and just project like we would have done about the same.
I thought we go through. We can take a break. We can go through all 50, so you each do 25. Was
Oh,
my
okay,
plan.
yeah. 'Cause we got to incorporate Eckes and Bruce here. I know they're
Yeah,
really
they're-
excited about that.
Let's
that
do this
Kenyan-
one. So you've each done. Let's do this one. So you've each done 10, and then we can take a break.
Okay. All right, sounds good.
Woo.
Okay, one more for me. Let's go.
All right,
knock
this is a
this
good
out.
one. A new phone sells for $250. A used one sells for $75. How many of each are sold if the sales for the day totals $625?
Okay. 2 new phones. Oh, hold on. Whoa. Hold on. Hang on. One new phone, 5 used phones.
Correct.
Yeah! Genius! That's me!
All right. Of the 10 questions Jason's answered, he's got 6 of them correct. Ben's got 7 of his 10 correct.
Wow.
Plus 3 adjacents.
That's right.
Yes! So that's 10 out of 10. I'm taking it. Or actually, it's 10 out of 13.
Yeah.
I had one of
Right.
yours correct too that you got wrong. I would have gotten that one. Just that one though, not the other ones.
That one I screwed up was really bad. I feel like an idiot, but whatever. Let's talk about football. What are we doing?
All right. So right now, okay, let's get Eckes and Bruce in here because they've been hanging out. Bruce, this is his birthday. Congratulations, Bruce. How many years on this planet?
48 actually.
48. Jesus.
Holy
you're
crap!
old.
You're old.
Hey, I'm gonna be getting what is it? AAA or no, not AAA. What was it called?
ARP. You get your ARP card.
Yeah, I'm gonna be getting ARP pretty soon.
Wow. You qualify for Medicare. So you got all kinds of things going to look forward to in your recent future, Bruce. Congratulations.
Hey, I appreciate it. Can I say two things here as far
Of course.
as the Wonderlic is concerned?
Yes. Of course.
So one thing, does this prove the theory that if you're drunk before a test that you do better? Number one.
Only for Agus.
Agus would say so.
Number two,
I'm proof.
if a quiz is quizzical, what's a test?
Aha.
Oh.
Testicle?
I see what you did there. That's really nice and classy, and it fits with our show very well. Okay.
Wait, what was the 15th pick? I mixed it.
Missed it?
Missed it. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I mixed it. I mixed it too.
I haven't been paying attention over here. It was
Does
the.
anybody know?
Oh, it was Kenyon. Kenyon, what's his name? For the
Yeah,
Texans.
Kenyon Green.
Yeah, Kenyon.
Oh, offensive line. Okay, yeah. Okay, I got you. I'm trying to keep track here, but it's not working.
Well, all of this really makes me want to do this again. So I gotta bring it back. It's important to make sure that everyone remembers that we all had haircuts like one of these guys at some point, pretty much. Dude, come on, you know it. You were, I gotta say, the most like Query. Then you were probably kind of more Query like.
At one point, yeah.
I think I was more Jackie like. Actually, I was probably more like Magic.
No, you were more like Magic.
And Rick was kind of more.
Jackie's got like
Tony.
the whole back is like just floofy out.
Yeah.
Rick was like Cleary, but just not as long in the back.
Yeah,
That's
Query had that.
not.
Somewhere between Query and Manrich.
Ooh,
Wow.
Really? That's interesting. That's an interesting pick.
He's a great player. I love him. I mean, he's my favorite receiver in the draft.
Wow.
So I'm not surprised. I mean, look at him. He's got really good moves. Tracks the ball well. Great hands. Look at that play there. Holy crap. I mean, I'm way behind you guys, but
Oh my God, he had second-degree burns on his hands as a 2-year-old, and then still turned into a great receiver. That's interesting. Chargers. That's wild. Do they have any like big speed guys on their team at this
that's not the
point?
Chargers, the Washington football team.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're
Terry
right,
McLaurin.
Washington. Yeah, well, he's probably going to want too much money, and they'll move on from him in a little bit, so they got a guy to replace him. That makes sense.
Man, I don't know who the Packers. They're going to have to take George Pickens at 22.
No,
There's going to be no receiver. They're going to have to.
No.
The way the receivers are coming off the board. It's
Either that
nuts.
or they trade back. Maybe they trade back.
Well, they trade back for what? I mean, they have to. I think they got to take Pickens at 22. The way this is going, who's
Or
left?
Jordan Davis.
I don't want Traylon Burks.
I don't
No way.
either, but I guess you were talking about him. Tell us why you like Burks, because I don't think
Like a
we.
size.
Okay, size.
I mean, a
So
big guy who's kind of fast on the outside, and that's.
he's not fast.
All right.
He's not, okay. He's fast in a straight line, but he's
Right.
not. He doesn't have juke moves.
No, he's not joking. No.
His agility is
No,
crap.
Chargers! You son of a.
They take Zion Johnson for their offensive line.
Yeah, son of a.
Yeah, they're smart.
Damn it!
I'm telling you, we're going to pick a corner.
That guy. Yes, we are going to pick a corner, Bruce. You're right. We're going to get a
It's
freaking.
going to happen.
We're coming up here, guys. We got 4 picks away.
Because
whatever
they're
it is.
too excited. They're going to be like, oh, this guy, we didn't expect him to be here. First round grade. Let's take another D back to throw with Jair and Russell Douglas and Eric Stokes, who we drafted last year. Oh, we'll get them all on the field somehow. What?
Well, I mean,
No.
Jermaine Johnson is good. He's really good. George Karlaftis is really good. They're both edge guys. So, I mean, and you might say, why are you taking an edge guy? We've already got two. Well, you know what? You need more. So, I mean, I wouldn't be terribly upset if either of those two guys they take at 22.
We need a defensive lineman is what we freaking need.
Well, I mean, I like Wyatt, but he's 24. He had some off-field issues, and that's the thing that some people are not. usually off the field issues don't go with the pack.
And
So
do you think he's a number one or a first round grade? Do you think
Wyatt? Yeah. I mean, it's the same type of thing as with Davis and with the first overall pick, whatever the heck his name was. I can't remember already. But both those guys, when they played at Georgia, they made them play as a team. They didn't play. They weren't allowed to just go crazy, right? So maybe they didn't get all the sacks. Like their numbers aren't high, but when you watch the film, you can see them get off blocks. You can see them move and make plays and penetrate and do all the things they're supposed to do. But they still had to contain and do their job, and that's why their defense was so good. Everybody played together, which is perfect for the Pack if they can get them. I mean, I loved Wyatt, but there's other defensive tackles that are pretty good. Like a lot of people are talking about the Connecticut guy. What the heck's his name? I can't remember. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Travis Jones. Everybody loves Travis Jones. There's Perion Winfrey from Oklahoma. He's supposed to be good. So I mean, there's 3 or 4 guys in there that are good defensive linemen. And I said last week, Jerry Montgomery said they're looking for some sort of penetration defensive lineman out of the draft. Those are his exact words, pretty much. Was, hey, we're looking to get a penetration defensive lineman out of this draft, and that's what Wyatt is, and more so than the guy from Connecticut. Guy from Connecticut's more of like a, Kenny Clark type guy, with a little bit more speed. Kenny Clark's slower than crap, but
Okay, a couple of quick things. The Titans didn't waste any time. Their picks already. They went to commercial to delay the announcement of it. The Chargers now.
So Titans traded with the Eagles. Okay.
So the Chargers now, can you say, have the best offensive line in the league? Because Corey Linsley, Brian Bulaga, and now they draft Zion.
No, they cut Bulaga.
Oh, okay, all right.
Honestly, that pick is a good pick for the Chargers.
Dude, it's a great pick. That guy's gonna be a dominant interior offensive lineman for 10 to 12 years.
Well, and you got to protect Herbert. You have.
It's gonna be great.
Dang it. I mean, makes sense.
I wish the Packers valued interior offensive linemen more than they do, but they don't. Okay, so we have Zero giving us some jazz here by talking about Malik Willis is inbound for the Pack. Just seeing
Zero, you know better than that. Come on.
Throw a wrench in there. Hey, remember how boring the draft was in 2020, and the Packers had to spice it up, to add to the ratings. And then he also wants us to trade now.
Well, Titans are traded ahead of us.
Because he's worried about wide receivers. I mean, who are the wide receivers that you would still take at this point in the first round?
George Pickens.
Oh, I don't like him at all. Not a fan.
Why do you not like him? Tell me why.
He's like a tweener size.
He's 6'3", 190 pounds.
Yeah, 6'3", 190
Give him a little bit
pounds.
more weight, and he's got big hands. He plays aggressively. Listen, if you compare him to Christian Watson, right? Because Christian Watson is the athletic freak as well, okay? And George Pickens is a speed athletic freak. They're the same type of guy. Watson's got drop issues, serious drop issues, and he also doesn't run routes well. George Pickens runs routes well, has great hands, and he has super speed. And both of them do good on blocking. Like they want to block his receivers.
But didn't Watson have a 99 RAS score?
He did, but the problem is he doesn't know how to use his body.
Goot's gonna pick Watson.
Pickens jumps up. Pickens had
is.
like an 80. What's
Probably
Pickens?
is.
I'm gonna look this up right now. God dang
He
it.
probably is gonna. Okay, Bruce. All right, Ekis, you were on the wide receivers. Out of the ones that are
I just
left,
don't want Traylon Burks.
who would you pick? You're gonna go with Burks at this point?
I think that's who we will take.
Okay.
I would almost rather see them go a different direction and go for Watson or Pickens. I'd be happy. I'd actually love them to get both of those guys later. Like even trade back 22 a little bit, and if you can get something where you could get in a position to get both of those guys, get 2 B+ receivers or B receivers or whatever you want to call them, that tier. I don't know.
So
George Pickens is 6'3", 195 with a 9.36 RAS.
I'm fine with it.
Christian Watson, and with better hands, and Christian Watson, 6'4", 208, 9.96. It's just because he's way heavier. That's why his RAS score is higher. But he doesn't catch as well. He doesn't run routes as well. And he's not as aggressive to going up and getting the ball because he knows he can't catch.
Well, and the guys, I mean, at this point, should the Packers even just beg off and
No,
not worry
we need
about
a
wide
freaking
receivers?
receiver, dude.
We need more than
The other
one.
thing is,
We need
listen,
two that are
Pickens
gonna
got
play.
hurt, but he came back at the end of the year and played the last couple games. So, I mean, he tore his ACL, which is the Jordy Nelson problem, right? And then Jordy came back and he lost his speed. But this is a way younger guy, and hopefully it's not going to affect him as much. I don't know. And that's the question mark. Is it going to affect him? We don't really know. In the games he came back and played in, he didn't really play much. He played like 20 plays the whole game. So it wasn't like he was there the whole time doing stuff. But his size, his speed, his hands are all things that are good. And because he already came back, we know he can he should be good for the start of training camp, if not organized team activities here in the next month. Listen, we need a guy who can make plays, who's big and monstrous. I wanted Jahan Dotson. He's gone. So who's left? Let's go with the big, either that or Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce is not quite as refined as this guy with route running, but he's bigger and tougher. But I would take Alec Pierce over Christian Watson too.
Well, Traylon Burks is off the board. The Titans.
Good. That's fine. I didn't want him anyways, so I'm happy with that.
So he's off the board.
We got to get a receiver 22. There's receivers coming off everybody's drafting receivers. It's
Why
crazy.
is everybody drafting receivers in this first round? Holy moly, dude!
This is
We're
the
only at
crazy-
It's only pick 19, and there's already how many receivers?
Dude,
gone?
there's
6?
still Jermaine Johnson, George Karlaftis, Trevor Penning at tackle.
The Packers are going with like some other position here. I'm telling you, they're gonna do it.
Well, there's some good safeties out there yet.
Do you
Trent
think
McDuffie at corner.
Do you think it's the free agent market for receivers that's driving people to?
It probably is.
It's a good point. It's a good point,
Yeah. Because
'Cause
they're
that,
listen, we can't afford this crap. We're going to
Right.
get these young guys.
right? Get the young guys, get them, see if they can be as good as you hope they are, and then if they're worth the money or not. And if not, you got a talented guy who's cheap for 4 years, 5 years if you want. But geez, I can't believe it.
And Corey,
Look.
or put Corey's comment on there, Jace.
Oh, Corey says don't settle for a wideout.
And I don't think it's settling, Corey. What I think it is you just have to read the draft. Like, if the draft is telling you, hey, guess what? These guys are going. You got to do what you can where you're getting them. I mean, listen. And it's not like the Packers. It ain't like the Packers have talent at receiver at the moment. They don't.
Who do they have?
They can't afford to not do it. Like, actually, sitting at 22, there's still 3 picks ahead of them yet.
They put
Where
themselves
guys
in
could
this
take
boat.
receivers.
Yeah, they put themselves
I mean,
in this boat.
They need to, I could see him taking Alec Pierce at 22. If Pickens and Watson are both gone, I would take Pierce over Watson myself. But
Would you take
whatever.
Pierce in the first round though?
I would if it's falling like this.
Oh my god!
You know, Ben, I can see them taking defensive end, like you said. I can totally see them doing that.
Yeah, but you know what they're going to end up with at wide receiver is nothing.
Or not outside linebacker, defensive end. You know what I mean?
Well, there's so many good players though. Like if it was Goody, I could see them going okay. But here's the other thing, Bruce. Like let's say 22, they take wide receiver, but at that point, right? And you look at the draft, we'll see when it comes. Maybe there is those 2 outside pass rushers are still there, and they got Wyatt still there, and you got the Connecticut defensive tackle still there. All those guys and a couple good offensive linemen. It's like if there's 6 or 7 good interior either offense or defensive line playing guys there, you can still get one at 28 because there's
you
enough
can
guys
get
there.
Ojabo from Michigan at 28, I think.
Yeah, I mean, well, he's a linebacker, but I mean, they
Right,
could
but
use
he's
him
an
all over.
outside
They can
linebacker,
make him.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, they can make him like Micah Parsons, where he lines up at inside linebacker sometimes, and then in the pass rush situations, use him as a pass rusher. Easy. That's easy. They could do that. And I just think when you look at this draft, it's crazy with all these receivers going. It's like you have to do whatever it's telling you to do. And especially when you have high grades on other positions. If you have high grades on, let's say, 8 different players at different positions at 22, and a receiver that's not as high, but you have 8 guys that are really good, you know you're going to get one of those 8 guys at 28. So screw it. Take a damn receiver at 22. Who gives a crap? We need that more than anything. It seems crazy But the way this draft is going, the Packers are lucky to have those 2 picks, especially at that point, because they're going to get a good player at both spots, and hopefully a need at receiver. I don't know.
Okay. Here's the other thing that's been happening. Receivers been getting traded around. Okay, Philly traded number 18 to Tennessee for A.J. Brown, and Arizona traded 23 to Baltimore for Marquise Brown. So some of these wide receivers that have been in the league a few years are getting shipped
Yeah, they don't
over
want
to
to
other teams. Right. So do the Packers need to try to pull some trade or something like that where they can get a guy that's hopefully not just 1 year of service and then you got to pay him a crap ton of money, but I don't know who that would be unless
don't do
the
that.
only guy is Chase Claypool if the Steelers are interested, right? But
Ekes, what do you got?
he would be the guy.
Pittsburgh
What's up,
is
Vegas?
going to take a receiver, and Saints took Bave, so they're not going to take a receiver.
Yeah, hopefully, and I don't think the Patriots will take a receiver because they suck at taking receivers.
Yeah.
Every time they draft one, he stinks. So I mean, look at Harry, N'Keal Harry that they draft a couple
Maybe
years
we're
ago.
taking Trevor Penning.
Saints?
No.
Well, us?
No, we're taking Trevor Penning.
Well, Jason hates Trevor Penny.
That guy's not going to be good at all. Mark, I mean, he's not going to be good.
Yeah, but he
He's
could be a
gonna
good
be-
I
right
don't
tackle.
disagree. I'm just
A
telling you.
run blocking right tackle monster.
He's gonna, yeah, but I told you, his hands
know.
are terrible.
I know he holds too.
No, but he does. He holds because he's so big. Like he can throw guys around, but at this level, he's gonna get eaten up. He's gonna get eaten up because his technique is terrible, and I don't think
Yeah,
it's
but he
something
could
you
get
can.
taught by.
You can, but
He could
I'm
get
tell-
taught by
Okay,
what's his
okay.
face? Who's the great offensive? What's his face?
Yes. But
What's his-
here's
God, how am I
here's
forgetting
the
his name?
thing.
Oh my God,
Here's the
I don't
thing.
care
And
what.
Rick can attest. Bruce, you played football. You understand as well. But here's the deal. I don't care. You do the drills, right? You do the drills in practice. Your hand placement is perfect. You do all the stuff exactly right because that's what the drills are supposed to drill into you. And then you get in the game, and what happens? You default to whatever you normally do. All those drills are gone. You're man on man, and your hands, if they're bad in the game. No matter how many times you chuck the dummy or whatever, that's what happens. So when you see a glaring issue like that with a dude, I don't care how big he is. I don't care how you think you can train him.
It
You're
don't
not
matter
going
anymore.
to train that out of him. Oh, he's
Trevor
gone.
Penny just went to the Saints.
Well, Saints.
Oh, that's good.
You're dumb because that guy's he's gonna be a bust. He's gonna be a bust.
I don't think he's going to be a bust. I think he's going to be a mean son of a gun. He seems like a Ross Verba type guy to me.
Yeah, and how good is Ross Verba?
Ross Verba was pretty good when when he calmed him down and they trained him up a little bit. Hey, he smacked you a little bit. You can't tell me that you love Quinn Miners and Lucas Patrick, 2 guys who draft till the end of the whistle and do all they can to do things, and then say that you don't like Trevor Penning.
I'm not saying that's
He's
great.
bigger and meaner than those 2 guys. Yes,
That's
and he has some
fine.
issues, but you can train him. He's more athletic and stronger. If you can just train him, he'd be fine. I think the Saints are getting a good player here.
I think he's going to get beat a lot,
Well, he might.
and not just in his rookie season.
Not any more than Billy Turner got beat. I can tell you that.
Well, no.
Well,
You're
yeah.
right. You're right. And Billy Turner's made a career in the NFL. God knows how.
Doing nothing.
And nobody knows
So
why.
you rather have Billy Turner who does nothing, or this
No,
guy
I
who
would-
beats
no.
the snot out of?
I'm not saying that, but I'm not drafting Billy Turner in the first round.
It's not. These things aren't mutually exclusive, right?
Yes, they are, Rick. They are exclusive to the pack.
He could be a mean monster that blocks to the whistle, but if he's got poor technique and holds all the time, he still has poor technique and holds all the time.
Oh my God! They just showed a highlight play, and he at the Senior Bowl, and a guy that's
Yeah, and he threw him into
He's
the
like-
quarterback.
yeah. Except guess what? He held him first, and the guy got into him because his arms were too wide. He let the guy get into his chest. If
Oh
you
my
take
God.
a good defensive player in the NFL, they're gonna eat this dude alive.
How are his
Good
feet?
luck with
though?
that, Saints.
How are his
He's got
feet?
good. He's got good feet.
Okay,
He's got
well,
good
that's-
feet.
that's-
Okay, you could
But
But
train
he's got
him.
terrible. Josh Nijman is better than that guy.
At this point, yes.
But
Josh is undrafted. He's better than that dude. That's all
how
I'm
much fun
saying.
would it be listening to Mo whine about the holding for the next 5 years?
Well, that makes me excited. That maybe the Packers should have drafted him. for
Steelers
that
pick
reason
is
only,
in. Malik Willis is
Just-
in.
just so Mo could complain about another guy holding all the time. on the Packers.
You guys think the Steelers picked the quarterback here?
Corey says Packers can't win now with a Wookiee wideout. A Wookiee wideout.
If they had a Wookiee wide receiver, he would be the best receiver in the NFL.
That'd be great if his name was Wookie.
No, but I mean, if they actually had a Wookiee, a 6 foot, like a 7 foot tall wide receiver, are you kidding me?
Here's what's going to happen, you guys.
88, like, wait.
Yeah, here's what's going to happen, you guys. All right, the Bucks are going to win the NBA title again this year. Brooke Lopez is going to retire from basketball and sign on with the Packers as a new tight end and flex wide out.
He's like another tackle out there.
He's going to be awesome. Frickin' Brolo. He knows how to block people. He does it on the basketball court, and he'll catch anything that comes near him. So that's the answer. When they can't get a wide frickin' receiver here in this draft that's impactful and they blow everything else, Brolo is going to save the day. He's going to help 2 Wisconsin teams win championships in the same season. Mark it down.
Maybe they're going to pick Trey McBride.
I don't know what they're going to do now.
Steelers?
I'm throwing out what the Packers are going to do now. I really am.
Is that the tight end, or who is that?
Yeah, he's the Colorado State tight end. He's the #1 tight end in the draft.
Yeah, but nobody wants. He's not going the first round.
Anyway,
It's like
Corey says
I-
best players to shore up the depth, get a veteran wide out, free agent or trade. This is Corey's thinking, not the draft. Again, that's the other variable. Rodgers has got to trust the guy. The guy has to be in Rodgers' head. Got to think the same as Aaron Rodgers and see everything the same and make all the same adjustments. And when he, wiggles his finger, know what that means. And when he says New York Bozo or Yellow Lab or whatever the hell he says, know what that means. Like, come on, dude, for a rookie wideout who's just trying to figure out how to play in the NFL, it's a lot to put on his plate. So how does that guy work with Aaron Rodgers? It's hard. It's a hard job. Anyway.
All I know is this. If you're 6'3", 195 pounds, run a 4.3, and you can catch like a madman, who gives a crap? Draft them. Draft them at 22.
So you
Draft
want
them at
Pickens?
22.
All right.
Yes, I want him. I want him.
I think the Steelers are picking Chanel.
Okay.
They
Bruce,
like
is-
inside linebackers.
Hey, is this remember last year when Bruce would tell us like 3 minutes before the pick he had some weird like mafia connection or whatever?
I picked Stokes last year, baby. So,
Yeah, I know, but you were to tell us other things that were totally wrong, and then you're like, yeah, I don't know, this one was wrong. Sometimes you were right, sometimes you were wrong. I'm
I
like,
just
who
do
is
it
he
to
getting
get
this
people,
information from?
Thinking in other directions, I mean, that's fine,
Like,
gotta-
you got like a mafia connection or the Yakuza? Like, what's going on? Like, how are you finding out all this stuff? You kept looking at your phone and telling us crap. I listened to that show again, like at work the other day. That's how I knew that Eka said he was never going to be on again, and then here he is. So he lied.
This is, Rick raised an interesting point though before. This is a really interesting trend, you guys. Like all these teams are like, you know what? This receiver market is insane. We're moving our 3-year receivers to somebody else to get a pick so we can draft a young one and plug them in and play them. Now the Packers can't do that because they got Aaron Rodgers. It takes 2 years to gain his trust.
Okay, get over it. Get over it.
I'm just saying, all these other teams, this is what they're doing. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're smart.
Hey, it's Franco Harris.
Franco.
This is really, really funny that Roger brings up, all these people just so he gets booed less. Like they
I
have
know.
somebody come out
Well, they
to
have
be
to.
along with it. Well, I know, because people will cheer for that person. They don't want to boo as much.
Listen, man. I don't feel sorry for Roger Goodell. He makes like $64 million a year or some crap just to get booed every once a year. Yeah, whatever. He can handle it. I'll take that. Zero says no receivers for the Pack.
Wow. In this draft? What?
In the draft? Well, no, they'll take a receiver. They'll take 2 receivers.
They're going to take Bo Melton at some point, and they might get...
I think they'll take Kelvin Austin III or Kevin Austin III or whatever the hell his name is from Notre Dame
Oh, yeah, okay.
in like the 5th round.
Kevin Jones. Or no, that wasn't him.
No, it's
Too many names.
Austin III.
Franco's fired up, guys. He's fired up. Franco Harris. Steelers select Kenny Pickett. Okay, smallish hands. Oh, slightly bigger than these
Wow,
hands.
really? They took Kenny Pickett
Slightly bigger than
over
these
Malik
hands.
Turner?
Yeah, Kenny Pickett.
Well, I'm excited for that too. That's another one of those he's from, you know, Pittsburgh or whatever, or he went to college in Pittsburgh. I don't know if he's actually from.
Oh, he's crying a little
Pennsylvania,
bit.
but-
His hands look bigger than they said. I'm seeing him hug his girlfriend right now. They look bigger than what they said.
Ben Hurts.
I'm sorry, that's his mom, not his girlfriend. Never mind. My bad.
That's not his mom.
It was.
Kenny Pickett
This
scored 17 on the.
No,
the
that's his mom.
Well,
No,
the one is.
that's his girlfriend. The short one's his girlfriend. Come
Although you guys understand, he's wearing 2 gloves. I never trust the quarterback that wears 2 gloves.
Wait a minute. Is Ellie Messerschmidt? Is he joking?
I don't know what
Probably.
He said that we just traded both first round picks for Debo. Is he kidding?
It's
I don't
his
know,
dream,
I
and he's lying. Listen, that's Messerschmitt.
gotta be
He's a Viking fan. Don't believe a damn word he says.
Oh, gee, okay.
He's
I
full
got
of
a little
crap.
bit nervous there.
No, he's just mad because his Vikings traded their number 12 pick, where they could have got an awesome player, all the way down to 32 for nothing. Like a
His dream.
freaking Vikings. I told Mo last week or a couple weeks ago when he was on our show that their new general manager is a freaking idiot. I told him that straight up on our show, and this draft proved it. This trade that he did with the Lions, dumb, and more dumb.
Within 2 years,
He'll be
no,
fired
by,
for sure.
by
That
next
guy will be gone.
by next season, Vikings are going to be the basement of the division. 100%. Lions are ascending.
Yeah, Lions are
Bears are ascending.
Bears are sending
Vikings are going to be the turd at the bottom of the
turd
toilet
at the bottom.
after this
Speaking
year.
of turds at the bottom, I had really bad, like, runny dudes today.
Well, with that, it seems like it's a good time to remind you.
Poor Bruce.
All right. Had to break up that story. Let me give you since Ben here, before I gave you the don't go away. Oh no, Ben has to be back for this one because the closing picture I use is so great. So I'll wait till Ben comes back. Kyle Pitts. I'm sorry, Kenny Pickett. My bad.
I don't know.
I don't trust guys. Again, I don't trust quarterbacks that wear gloves on both hands. I just don't.
There's a
Bruce?
lot of corners. There's a lot of corners left. I'm telling
There's a
you.
lot of talented players at other
Yeah,
positions
I
that we
just-
don't necessarily need in the Packers.
I'm worried. We're gonna pick a corner. I'm just worried we're gonna pick a corner.
Be
Well-
one of the safeties.
There's a
gonna
good
happen.
corner. Trent McDuffie is good.
All right.
Elam is good.
What
Wow.
about Boyd from Utah?
Andrew Booth Jr. is who? What?
RG3 has got some great socks. I'll just say that. He's got some great socks on tonight. And so here's one of the other videos I made for one of the break times. I just wanted to show it to you because the photo at the end is fantastic. And also look at the Goody messaging in here. I incorporated Goody, giving him his respect.
Dude, Kansas City.
Sorry, Ben. I mean to cut you off there. What were you say about Kansas City?
Kansas City just traded up to 21,
Yep.
ahead of
Who
the
they
Packers to get Kenny Pickett. Or not Kenny Pickett, George Pickens.
want? You think for a receiver?
Yes. Why else would they trade ahead of the Packers to get? They
Well,
understand what's going on. Get a receiver because they're falling or they're getting taken like nuts.
Yeah, but they signed MVS.
Trust me. Why would they trade ahead of the pack?
I don't know.
There's no reason to trade ahead of the pack otherwise.
Wow.
And now we're gonna get stuck with nobody.
We're gonna take a
What?
corner.
If they do take, if
take a corner.
Safety.
we're not taking a
Safety.
corner.
We're safety, not a corner.
We'll take a pass rusher. We'll take Wyatt. We'll take offensive line. We'll take some. We better not take a damn corner.
We'll trade back like we always do.
We
Or
probably
we'll try.
will.
Maybe they might.
I
Trade
mean,
back.
it might as well at this point. Might as well. Wow.
Both first-round picks for Darren Waller.
If George Pickens gets drafted right here by the Kansas City Chiefs, I'm gonna frickin' be mad. Really mad.
It's in. They're excited. Those Chiefs fans.
Yeah, they're gonna be really excited because it's gonna be George Pickens. They're gonna be like, "Woohoo! Here's a Tyreek Hill replacement." Except he's like a whole foot taller than Tyreek Hill, and he actually has a neck.
Okay.
With Tyreek, it's just very broad.
Please don't be Pickens. Please don't be George. Don't be George. We want George. Either George. We'll take Carl.
Chiefs fans are waiting. They're excited. They're excited. It is Trent McDuffie.
Ooh, they took the corner.
Why would they jump?
Why
in
would they
front
trade ahead of the pack? That's dumb.
So watch the show.
That is stupid. There's no way we take a corner there.
Yeah, but maybe both.
Well, please, you just.
Hey, what you were just
spent 5 minutes
No, no,
telling us
no.
they're taking a
I
corner.
understand.
We're taking a D-bag. What the hell?
Yeah, but no, I agree. The chances of us taking a corner, really though, to trade ahead of us is not. But you know, I'm just saying, Good is stupid enough to do it. He's stupid enough to do it. That's
Okay,
my
hang
point.
on. All right, everybody, we're up. Here we go. What are we looking at? We got Jermaine Johnson. We got George Karlaftis. We got Devin Lloyd. Okay, Utah linebacker. Daxton Hill. Elam. N'Kobe Dean. A lot of defensive guys.
I don't know.
There's
I
so
said
many
this
good
earlier,
defensive players.
Christian Watson might be the pick.
I honestly think they should take a receiver here. Take the receiver that they like the best because they're going to get a good defensive player at 28. There's so many good defensive players here. It makes no sense. Let it fall. Get the good defensive player at 28. Get Pickens here at 22.
Makes
Do
sense.
not screw this up.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Come on, Goody. Don't be an idiot. I don't care if you got him rated in the second round. Take him now. So the Chiefs gave you a win. They're dumb. I don't know what the heck they were thinking.
That is so. Yeah.
They were
Wow.
thinking that Baltimore wanted him and we wouldn't trade with them.
Probably.
Wow.
Jermaine Johnson, the
Jermaine
defensive
Johnson.
end.
He's good. Is that who you're thinking?
Well, I just saw that he's the top rated right now overall.
He's good. He's good. I mean, he's one of those guys where he played. He was with Georgia and then he transferred because he couldn't get on the field. Oh, see, not at 22. Not at 22, Rick.
I don't want them to do it, but that's my prediction.
No, it won't be a safety. No.
What did you
not at
say,
22.
Rick? Did you put it in?
Pick is in. We didn't
We
waste
got
time.
comments here.
They got to take Pickens.
What
Just
about
take
Sky
it.
Moore? I don't know much about him.
Sky Moore is shorter and he's fast, but he's not a Goody guy.
There's a whole bunch of guys around that size.
Yeah,
too,
there's
that
a
they
bunch
could
of guys like Sky
get
Moore.
in later rounds.
He's good. Don't get me wrong. Like if they took him, I wouldn't be upset. He's kind of like Chris Olave. He's like a smooth, good player.
Pick is in.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so worried.
You know, Goody.
It's gonna be
does
dumb.
stupid crap. He does. It's unbelievable.
We'll
It'll
see.
be the biggest reach in the first round.
I just think we take a receiver, take a good defensive player at 28. Both players will start for you or be impactful players right off the bat. Boom, you're good.
And they're
I
gonna
bet this pick
they're gonna
sucks and our next one is good.
flip that. Yeah, they're gonna take the defensive player here.
No.
Yeah, but
They'll
then they
reach
won't.
for a receiver that nobody will want until the fourth round, and then we'll take it.
No, they're not going that far down.
No, they're gonna get a receiver in the second round.
Javon Walker.
They've had great success with second round receivers, so they're gonna take one in the second round just because of that.
Okay, fine, but take one now too.
I don't think they're gonna do it.
Yeah,
They
it's been
have
22
to!
Years. Hasn't
They're
it
not gonna
been
do it.
22 years or so since we've taken a first round receiver?
It's
Yeah.
been Javon Walker.
Come on, Christian, where are you, buddy?
And
Christian
you know who
and
looks
team.
who looks like Javon Walker except he's got more shiftiness? Corey, we don't want to trade for a pro no. Jermaine Johnson. Jermaine Johnson is really good. He is really good.
These Packer fans are definitely tanked. It looks like Goody might be tanked as well.
What? They're showing Goody?
Yeah.
What are you watching? Are you watching the NFL Live or NFL?
I'm watching ABC, dude. ABC.
Oh, I don't watch ABC. They suck.
I'm behind. Yeah.
I watch NFL Network.
Well, I don't have your fancy NFL network. Packers pick is in. Raj is up there by himself.
I just bought it today. Here we go.
Oh my God, why?
Who's announcing the pick?
Pickens.
Quay Walker, guys. They finally drafted a
Linebacker.
freaking inside linebacker. I told you they were going defense here.
Are you
That's
kidding
it.
me?
We're just shutting everybody down, guys. Quay Walker.
Georgia linebacker.
He's
Okay.
super fast. He's
Here's the
super
thing.
instinctive.
He's
a big
very
hitter.
good.
He's the
I
inside
actually-
linebacker. He's the inside linebacker we wanted them to draft the last few seasons, and they never would.
He's a guy I really like. However, he's like second round guy. Like I thought they could get him in the second round. This is kind of
This is
disappointing.
Goody. You sign the big time free agent. Well, not free agent. Well, yes, free agent. You sign the guy to the big extension or big contract, and then you draft that same position in the first
You're
round.
right.
And you just paid
You're right.
Campbell a crap ton of money.
Yeah, and they did it last year with Kevin King, and the year before with the Smiths.
Yep, and Gary. So now this guy can sit on the bench for 2 years.
Okay, now just hang on. He's 6'3",
Team.
All right.
240 pounds, a
He'll play,
9.63 RAS score. Okay,
He
he's got
could be really
strength.
good.
They say he can take on offensive linemen in the second level and beat it. He can latch onto opposing linemen's pads and then rips the violent force, remove, get off the block. He can read and react. He can go sideline to sideline. I think what they're looking at here is
He's bigger.
something they
and
should have
more-
done a couple years ago.
Right, right.
But
You can't tell me he wouldn't have been there at 28.
But then
No, he
right,
would have been there at 28.
He would have.
Yeah, he
and
would've.
he would have.
why? And again, you just signed Campbell.
I'm not upset with that.
No, come on. Then
mean,
why sign
the only guy-
Campbell?
The only guy upset with this move is Chris Barnes.
Well, yeah, he's out.
But
And maybe that's the point. Maybe they just don't believe in Barnes, and they need another linebacker. I mean, okay, fine, but again, do you need to reach for him in round one? No,
Exactly.
you don't.
Especially at 22. He would have been there at 28.
this
Wow.
it's Goody always does this.
He does. It's his track record.
I mean, Eric Stokes was the guy they could have had in the second round last year, and they took him in the first
Maybe.
round.
That's
they
the Packers' MO. No matter where we pick, we got to take a guy who should be in the
yeah. You know what we could have done? We could have taken George Pickens, who we could have gotten in the second round. And
Maybe that's the problem.
22.
Maybe Goody just said, take the guy from Georgia, and they took the wrong one.
Okay,
You know what?
that's-
Tampa Bay will take Pickens, and Brady will have another wide receiver to throw touchdowns to. You watch. That's what'll happen.
I don't understand it because when you're looking at the receivers that are left, right? And I'm not like a super need guy like all the time. But honest to God, Christian Watson, Alec Pierce, George Pickens, Michi the third, Sky Moore, Romeo Dubs.
Well, we got to grab one of those guys at 28.
I don't think they're gonna.
Mm-mm.
They're not going to.
I don't think they will anymore. But
They're going to rely on
I need
Lazard to be a big outside guy, and they're going to get an inside guy for, like, they'll draft Wan'Dale Robinson or one of those 5'11 guys. One of those 5'11 guys that's kind of shifty and quick. I hope it's Wan'Dale Robinson, actually, to be honest. But
And Good will say the same thing like he does
Yeah.
every year, and he'll say, they weren't high on our board, so we didn't
Yeah.
pick them.
Yeah. And they'll ask him about it too, and that's what
the
he'll
ones
say.
that were high on our board were already picked before we were picked, so we decided, this was the next guy on our board. That's what he'll do.
I mean, the only thing, unless they're planning on trying to create, like, they finally saw this defensive team that wasn't just about turnovers and could actually stop the other team from moving the ball, like shut offensive down. Are they trying to create this dominant defense and win that way and have enough on offense? Is that the
okay with that.
approach? I mean, I'm
I
fine
like
with
that.
that too. If that's what it is, okay. But then that dude better be on
But
the field.
here's the thing that bothers
He's
me.
got to be on the field.
They took Walker when Lloyd, Dean, Mumma, Chanel were all there. Christian Harris from Alabama, all there. Brandon Smith from Penn State is even okay.
Is he the first inside linebacker to be taken? Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's the first inside linebacker. And there's this guy, Troy Anderson. He's a goody. He's got a 10 RAS score. I don't know how they didn't draft him.
Boy, oh boy, oh.
There's one guy who's the guy that switched from? There's a guy who switched from wide receiver. He played wide receiver, he played running back, quarterback, and linebacker in college. Because they kept moving him all over the place. I can't remember who he was. Maybe it's Troy Anderson from Montana State. I can't.
So
remember.
let's be positive.
Okay.
Let's be
Bruce.
positive.
There we go.
Okay,
So the last
try
2
it,
years,
Bruce.
So 2 years ago we picked Gary, right?
3.
Yeah.
3 years ago, yeah.
Oh, has it been 3?
Yeah, 19.
Love and
19.
Stokes, buddy.
We obviously didn't like that pick, but look how he's turned out. Stokes, we didn't really like that pick, and he had a pretty dang good rookie year. I mean, let's be honest about it. Jason, I know you don't think so, but ultimately you can't really complain too much, right?
Well, I can, but that's fine. I
Well,
won't watch every play with you, Bruce, but it's fine. Go continue on.
And then who's the guy I'm missing?
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love.
That's who you're
Oh,
missing.
yeah.
Jordan freaking Love. How did you miss that, Bruce?
Well, because I don't even consider him.
Right, because he never played, so he's out of sight, out of mind. I know how it is. You know what? I'm gonna have some Doritos while you guys are.
Oh
making me
my
sick.
So
goodness.
at least besides Jordan Love, those two guys have actually done pretty well. So maybe you're stupid and Gutenquist is the man. We'll see.
Yeah, but Bruce, the thing is, like, there are spots they need players to come in and make an impact, and there are many holes. This was not necessarily a hole. Look, if the dude plays, fine. I'm fine with it. If they actually put him on the field and he's on the field like 80% of the snaps, okay, whatever. But if it's the same old song and dance where he gets like 30% of the snaps in his rookie season, no, come on. Oh,
Just
all right.
trying to be positive, like my wife tells me to do.
All right.
I'm all for drinking, but they're doing too much of it in Green Bay when they're pulling this stuff off.
I told you those Packers fans were definitely tanked, and I think Goody was too.
No.
Whoever the hell was in that room. I don't know. I know the dude's fast too, right? Wasn't he like sub 4.5, 40 or something? He's fast. He's physical. He's a hitter. He's not like Campbell, so he's different than Campbell's not a hitter. Let's be real about that. This guy's a hitter. So
I don't mind the player. I just mind where.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, the a corner taken out of Florida here. But yeah,
Kahir Elam? Who the heck is that?
Dallas will take Pickens. They will not
think so?
waste any time.
Are you sure?
Who's Kahir Elam? Who's that dude?
Cornerback out of Florida.
Florida.
He's
yeah.
good.
Is he? Okay, I've never heard of
Seemed
him.
to have good ball skills. Seems fine. He's to the Bills. The Bills are usually pretty good at defensive back drafting anyway, and evaluating defensive backs.
No, Dallas is going to go Jermaine Johnson.
You're right, Ekis. They need pass rush help because they lost that guy Gregory or whatever that they tried to sign back, and then he got pissed and then he left them. Yeah. You're right. They're going to go, and they got Karlaftis or Johnson. They got their pick of a really good pass rusher
I
here.
thought we should have gotten Karlaftis.
So
I thought we should have taken both Georges,
did the
George and George.
All right, let me just bring it back here real quick. Now, clearly, the Packers could not have foreseen the wide receiver market getting totally insane, right? They could not have foreseen that. But in what was coined last year as the deepest wide receiver draft in many, many, many years, or maybe ever, they took 0 wide receivers and then let everybody go, and now we have almost 0 wide receivers on the team.
We took Amari Rodgers.
And now all of these, okay, that's right, Amari Rodgers. So maybe that's 2 years ago that was that wide receiver thing. But either way, the wide receivers was depleted. substantially, right? And now everybody's like, F all these wide receivers want all this money. Let's grab the young dudes and pluck them out of the draft early. This is a crazy shift in the NFL draft. I can't remember like a position emphasis shift like this that I've seen in my lifetime. I can't remember it.
Well, you better hope that Jarvis Landry gets cheap.
Man.
He will be now, the way all these teams are drafting receivers.
Wow.
He's going to have to take less money.
Yeah, $15 million for him will be cheap.
Yeah.
Thanks, Zero. That's right. It was 2 years ago. Appreciate that. Either way, it was something, and then last year they only drafted the one. Well, let's see how it plays out. We got a couple picks here. Let's see how it plays out.
I think the Bucks might take what's his face?
Yeah, they'll probably take him.
Malik Willis. Why trade for Love when you can just take Malik Willis?
Because it would help us.
Yeah, they're not going to help the pack. I'll tell you that.
What's Jerry going to do? Jermaine Johnson.
I think it'll be Jermaine Johnson.
Or Coates.
Yeah, but
I've been happy with either one of those.
yeah, well, pass rusher was like it would have been a luxury pick for the pack.
Yeah,
but the fact those two guys fell this far is, I just don't get it. Why the Packers don't?
Don't know why they reached so far down for. I don't know much about that Quay Walker guy because he was far enough down that I wasn't paying attention. I like that you guys are.
The problem is he was on Georgia, and like the thing that everybody talks about with Georgia is how these guys weren't able to make plays because they played within the system. Quay Walker was the guy who was the beneficiary of all the other guys holding their spots. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He was able to be free and then make plays. So he looks amazing. But when you don't have all those amazing players in front of you, is he going to be as great? I don't know. And we do have, some pretty good players. I'm not saying we don't on the defensive line for the Pack. But we still also have, a guy we don't know, Jerron Reed. Is he any good? I don't know. And then, big, tall Lowry. Is he any, he's not the greatest guy in the world. And Kenny Clark's slower than my grandma. So, I mean, if they can just hold their spot and do well, then Walker could be a dynamic player alongside Campbell. And that's something the Packers never had. Two dynamic players. Usually we have one, and then the other guy is like the guy who just makes sure, cleans up the mess. But if you have two guys who are able to, move and make plays, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's interesting. I would have rather seen a wide receiver there, though.
But the thing is, we were bottom 15 in run defense. I mean, the defensive line it's average at best, and you have to get the defensive line righted first before you can just add a bunch of linebackers. I mean, Campbell was a good signing. I mean, you had to do it. I think that was a good signing. But why do you add another inside linebacker when you need defensive line? Is what you need. That's what you need first. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Should be an upgrade over Barnes at least eventually, but I don't think that was highest need at this point. Unless they get him on the field a lot, he plays, makes an impact. If he does step in right away, starts making an impact, and they have him and Campbell on the field, would that let them get all three of their corners on the field more often? Could you use Rasul more in a star, whatever they want to call it, sort of position, and actually get him on the field more regularly? So I guess that could be an upside if you're looking for a silver lining, if by making the linebacking core a little more free-ranging, far-ranging, whatever. Does it?
He's also big and strong enough that he could be a third down pass rush specialist as well. So, like, he could play off-ball linebacker on first and second down, and then on third down, move him to, outside pass rusher, and then bring Gary or Preston in as inside pass rusher and do stunts and stuff. That could be cool. Like, they can make him like a Micah Parsons where he's all over the place doing crazy stuff. And then Campbell is just the guy who sits back in dime defense or nickel defense who plays that inside linebacker role off-ball, who covers tight ends and stuff.
You see Tyler Smith?
Yeah, Tyler Smith, which is,
That's fine.
Guys the receivers are not getting drafted now at this point, but Baltimore's on the clock, and I think Baltimore, didn't somebody say Baltimore traded away a receiver to move up or something?
Yep.
So they're probably taking, but they took a receiver, didn't they?
Yeah, they traded up. They traded a receiver away to pick one.
Okay, so they're probably not taking one here.
Right.
Then you might get your wish. We might still get Pickens. At
He might fall, and then if that happens, then awesome. But I know this much from last year. I watched JOK fall right to us, and then they didn't take him. So I could see it happen again. They could not take Pickens twice, and that's fine. I'm not a big Pickens guy. My thing is, like, I think Pickens is a second-round pick. But, like, what my point was, with receivers getting drafted where they are, you have to read the draft and make sense of what the draft is and take your pick there. But I think that if one of these two pass rushers, Karlaftis or Johnson, fall to 28, they'll probably take them before they take a receiver. Watch it.
Well, if they do that and then move up and get Pickens or Watson right away, or Sky Moore, I guess. Oh, I don't.
Well, and maybe let's hope that's what Good is thinking. Is we have 2 second-round picks. Maybe he's got some things going on behind the scenes we don't know about. Cross fingers, because
Or he really loves Alec Pierce and knows he can get him later. Maybe that's what's going on.
I don't know.
Okay, so let's see, Ben. Arizona traded the 23rd to Baltimore. So they traded the 23rd pick to Baltimore for Marquise Brown. That was what happened. So Baltimore traded away one of their receivers.
Okay, so who are the teams that traded the receivers away? The Titans?
Okay, so Philly
and
traded.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
And who are the teams that traded for them? Philly and Arizona.
Philly and
that
Arizona
tells you
traded.
all you need to know. Who are the teams that have been trading away their high price or the guys that want money wide receivers? All teams that make the playoffs year in and year out over the last 3 or 4 years. And the teams that are trading for the receivers are teams that have been not in the playoffs or scraping by or just around 500. Those are the teams that don't know what the hell they're doing. So that's why I say do not ever trade for Debo Samuel, please, idiots. Because the smart teams like the Titans know, hey, let's just trade this high-priced guy away. We'll get a cheaper one. Oh, the Ravens, we'll trade this guy away. We'll get a cheaper one. And then the teams like the Cardinals, who are in, a mess, they're trying to trade for all these guys. They don't know what the hell they're doing. The Eagles obviously don't know what the hell they're doing. They got Jalen Hurts at quarterback. So there you go. That's all I need to know. Packers are smart. Draft the goddamn wide receiver already at 28.
Yeah, but like you said, if those defensive ends are there,
It's going to be hard for them to pass up the value. The
Jermaine
value.
Johnson this late.
This draft was moving way quicker than I expected, so I apologize to Rick for the Wonder Rick test getting thrown off, but geez. We can revisit it, do the rest of it on another show, or
There's been less trades, too. Like, there's been a couple, but
right.
because usually there's more trades, and then that makes it last forever before things go.
Oh, man.
But I don't know. It's just been weird.
Wow. I mean, there were like a handful of years ago, did people even value? There were a bunch of first rounds where there were hardly any wide receivers taken at all.
I know.
But Rick's right. Your Raiders did it, Rick. Congratulations. Way to go. Giving Devontae Adams all that money.
He was
Screwed
like
the whole
He was like the third piece to fall.
Oh
Don't
yeah,
blame
that's
them.
right. That's right. Hopkins. The Hopkins one was probably the biggest problem.
No, because Hopkins was a couple years ago. Devontae was the first piece that fell. Devontae was the start of this whole wide receiver crap. It's the Raiders' fault. 100%. Yes, Rick, your Raiders.
Because how much did Christian Kirk get? Christian Kirk, like
He got $17 million for nothing. He doesn't even do anything.
What? That's crazy. I know the Raiders.
Arguably the best receiver in the league.
Many people have said that he is for quite a while.
I can argue how he's not the best receiver in the league, I guess. Yeah, arguably.
Well, we do know that there's at least
Okay.
one Wisconsin team here that you should really be.
Lee, if they
excited
take a
about.
damn tight end at 28, I'm going to freaking lose my nutsack.
Running back.
Jesus.
I don't need it anymore. I'm old. I don't need it. I don't need it.
Oh, that's inappropriate, but nice to know.
Well, I'm not having any more kids. I'm good.
I'm glad you're so comfortable.
I'm kind of round, and I'm usually hungry.
Whoa. It's early round.
Wow.
Okay. So,
All right, what are we doing here? Baltimore selection is in. Raj is talking about it right now as I watch him. Getting booed as we speak.
are you sure? Is the volume on by you?
They just drafted the center from Iowa, Tyler Linderbaum.
Smart move.
Linderbaum.
That's who everybody was saying they're going to get at like pick 14.
He will be very good, I think.
Yeah, he's freaking awesome. He's a great player.
Yeah.
He's way better than who's that guy? Myers? Oh wait, did I say that?
Yeah, Myers is average, but we took him in the second round last year. You know?
So why is Malik Willis still there? Like, what is going on?
What do you think? The Titans probably are picking wide receiver, are they?
They just traded away their receiver, but they drafted one already, right? So
No, let me see. Who did they draft?
they traded, right? So they don't have that pick
Yeah,
anymore.
let's just see. Let's just see what they did.
Or do they
Let me try
just?
to look at that. I was trying to catch that trade, that draft tracker here.
Titans got Treylon Burks.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
they
'cause
might. I think they're gonna go corner.
Yeah, they're going to go defense. That's what I was going to say.
I think they're gonna go because they lost what's his face, the guy from the Super Bowl, made the play in the Super Bowl that they signed. He went back to the Patriots again. So they're probably taking Andrew Booth Jr. or who else is left?
Jermaine Johnson.
They might take Scene at safety. I think they have a lot of money in pass rusher right now. So I don't know if they're going to actually draft a pass rusher because they have like contracts for a couple of years and money into those guys. So it might be more safety that they're looking at or corner. But we'll see.
Some year, I'm just going to sleep through the first round of the draft, and it's going to be the best draft the Packers ever had.
Heck, you say that every year.
I said it 2 years in a row now, but then I
Last
get
year,
so
like, that's
excited.
it. I'm never doing this again. And then here you are.
Well, I guess we should thank Devontae
Oh,
for
Jets trade.
maybe the Packers got as much as they could for Devontae. Everybody thought they should try to get more or something, but so the other trades were a first and a fourth for the Browns, for AJ Brown and for the Marquise Brown. It was a first and a fourth round pick they got for him.
Well, when I found out that Darren Waller could have been part of the trade, well, it couldn't have been, but like he was originally part of it, I was like, wait a minute, we have to give them a first round pick? That's what I thought it was going to be. Because Devontae Adams,
Yeah.
so the Titans got a second, a third, and a fifth for their first round pick and a fifth. Ooh, the Jets are all high fiving each other.
Excitable boy.
They're getting a pass rusher. Oh wait, what did they take at 10? And hold on, let me see what they took at 10. I
They
can't
took
even remember
somebody
anymore.
named
It's been
Garrett
so
Wilson.
damn long ago. Garrett Wilson at wide receiver and Sauce Gardner at 4. They're taking a pass rusher.
Saucy.
They're taking George Karlaftis. George Karlaftis to the Jets, 26.
Why is everybody afraid of Jermaine Johnson?
Because he only played for 1 year. He was behind the guys at Georgia. He was on Georgia's team, never got to see the field. Then he transferred to Florida State, and then finally got to play. And he didn't have the high numbers, like sack numbers and stuff. But then when he went to the Senior Bowl, he dominated all the offensive linemen he went up against. So
Perfect pick
going
for
Brees
Gutenquist. Perfect pick for Gutenquist.
Jermaine Johnson? Yeah. I mean, well, I think he's good. I think he's going to be good. He's got Rashawn Gary written all over him, to be honest with you. I mean, he's a 9.23 at RAS score, 6'4", 254. So he's not as big as Gary, but close. But they had him drop back in coverage and do all kinds of different stuff instead of just pass rush all the time. So he's a true outside linebacker as opposed to Gary, who was a defensive end that they tried to make an outside linebacker, but they really don't have him drop back in coverage ever for the Pack. So
yeah, he needs a rush passer and just be on the line, basically play a 4-3.
But for a team like the Jets who run that 49ers scheme they'll take Karlaftis, who's 6'3", 266. He's bigger, like weight-wise, and stronger than Jermaine Johnson is. I think that's the guy they'll take.
Well, what if we stick with all Georgia and either get Lewis Cine or
Pickett,
or
receiver.
Devontae Wyatt?
I like Devontae Wyatt too.
I want Pickett, but I think we're just going to only draft Georgia players this draft.
Take Georgia at 22, take Georgia at 28, take Georgia at 56 or whatever the hell it is. Just keep
the Packers are trying to build the most dominant defense.
Those guys are used to having a big G on the side of their head, so they're like, hey, just bring you over to our.
Jermaine Johnson is the pick for the Jets.
Okay, well, I thought it was me, Karlaftis.
So you're right. Packers should go with Wyatt and just keep the G's flowing and also build the most dominant defense they can and just run the hell out of the ball, do some play action, and call it good. Win some games.
You know who else is from Georgia? Eric Stokes.
No.
They just keep drafting guys from Georgia. I think they just look at the tape and they're like, oh, this guy's already got a G on his helmet. Let's just take him. He'll fit right in.
I mean, the thing is, I want to see it, though. I want to see how they perform when it gets cold.
Okay. Do you see what this guy's wearing to go up there? I'm glad we didn't draft him.
Yeah, he looks. Yeah, that's interesting.
They're styling with their jackets.
He's really tall, though. Holy crap, he's barely fitting underneath those walkways.
6'5" and some change. No, 6'4" and some change. Sorry.
They say he's 6'4", but he looks taller than 6'4".
He wears his hat better than most of those early picks, so I'd take him.
Man, you're supposed to crunch down the brim, man. Give the
Well, you
brim
can.
a little
When
bit
it's
of
a
a moon
when it's
shape.
a fresh hat, no.
Yeah, you can.
it's-
You take it and you just.
No, that's not the dude. That's like the old, like that's how Ekis and old people wear hats with the bent over brim. The cool way is a straight brim. Leave it straight. Sorry,
No.
Ekis. Not to say you're not cool. You're just old, like us. But the cool young way is keep it
Ekis,
straight.
You're not
you
cool.
And you're supposed to wear it kind of high too. But I don't like it high. I like it when you pull it down a little bit.
The Neil Hunter, they say. Well, then he'll be injured for a lot of the year. Sorry, Messerschmitt.
Tim was with you, Ben. Same helmets, just slightly different color.
Just keep grabbing them. Did you know that the Packer G was the first G, and it was Georgia who contacted Green Bay and asked them if they could use that same G?
Yeah.
That's the truth. I learned that from watching the Packers 100-year celebration videos that they put out a couple years back.
What'd you
that are
say
still
on this?
online.
Sorry, say that again.
Georgia's G on their helmet came out 1 year after the Packers G. Whoever was the coach of Georgia contacted Vince Lombardi and asked him if they could use that same G. I thought it was the other way around. I thought that Georgia had that G for years and years and years, and the Packers just stole it. But it's the other way around.
Of course it is. Packers are the originals, man.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Oh man,
Jacksonville's got another
Started
trade.
Football, dude.
I honestly. This kind of would have been.
Jacksonville
Right.
traded in front of us now.
That's what Corey's saying. I don't know if
Yep.
that's true.
Yep, they did.
They did.
Yep.
You guys
I-
are ahead of me.
I honestly would have. Honestly, even though I hate it when the Packers trade out of the first round, this kind of might have been the year to do it.
Oh, they might still do it.
Huh.
Taking the pick they did so far, they probably could have.
Yeah. Well, and who are they going to pick here? Like, probably a guy they could have gotten early second if they had moved back and grabbed another pick.
Or third round, like Lee is predicting.
Right.
Yeah, maybe they're making up for taking Devontae and taking away, or giving the Raiders Devontae and taking away all the Raiders picks. Now they're drafting like the Raiders.
It's still somewhat perplexing. We'll see what Goody says. Although, I'm sure he'll give you the same look that he always gives when you question him. One of those. Freaking Goody. Like this one. Here he is. Let's do all the Goodies. There you go, Ben. Your favorite guy. Ben and his 3 favorite Packers. Right there. Ben, you're muted. Did you want to do that?
Just saying, I like Goody's face in this picture because it reminds me of me.
I know.
It's like somebody said something stupid, and you're like, really?
That's why I use that one in the videos I made because it's classic. Classic.
Be like,
Goody.
Goody, you drafted Jordan Love in the first round. You think that was a dumb move?
What'd you say?
Yeah. Goody's not happy.
Goody like it.
Jaguars. All right, so who are the Jaguars? They traded up ahead of the Packers.
Right.
Why would they do such a thing?
I'm not sure.
I can tell you why.
Who are the Packers going to take that would have?
Well, they're not going to take George Karlaftis because I think the Jags are going to take it. No, the Jags are going to take it. They just took a pass rusher at number 1. So they're not taking Karlaftis. Why would they trade ahead of the only way they would trade ahead of the Packers is for a wide receiver.
Pickens. Maybe they needed to get a wideout because they're not sold on LaVisca. LaVisca's not dynamic enough. He's kind of slow.
If they take Pickens, the Packers will take Karlaftis at pick 28, guaranteed.
No, come on. They got to go to the D tackle
Nope,
and build the most dominant defense.
they'll take Karlaftis, guaranteed. Because they always draft guys who they already have a guy there ready. Cornerback. The year before that, okay. Well, what did they do? They drafted an outside linebacker when they just signed the 2 Smiths. Drafted Jordan Love when they got Aaron Rodgers. Drafted Stokes when they got Jair. And then they draft Quay Walker after they just signed Campbell. And then their second pick will be Karlaftis after they just extended Preston. Genius. That's the Goody way.
And they draft slow white guys on the defensive line.
Yeah. He'll fit in right.
Lancaster, Lowry.
Lancaster had a 9-something RAS score, by the way.
Yeah.
Really?
Which I did not know. Yeah, he did.
Wow.
Yeah.
He must have been pretty strong, and he had good size.
I think he was strong and he had agility.
How many events did he do?
I could see it. Well, back in those days, they had to do them more, Rick. You know.
Yeah, nowadays they don't have to. They just be like, I don't want to do it. Like the wide receivers, there's only like one guy who did the bench press this year. No, there was. There's like one guy who did it. It was Jermaine Johnson the third or something like that. What was his name? Not Jermaine Johnson. Where he's in here. Where is his name?
Jaguars, pick us in. Eggus is back. What say you, Eggus?
Johnny Johnson the second. That's what it was. Not Jermaine Johnson the third. Johnny Johnson the second from Oregon. He's the guy who lifted. He's the only guy who did the bench press.
All right,
What
are
is
you guys
Michael Irvin's hairdo?
Are you guys feeling this? Are you guys feeling that the Packers may go Malik Willis here in the first
You know what I
round?
want to know is I watched something today. I watched Draft Day, you know, and in that movie, Deion Sanders is in it, and he's bald, and now
Okay.
he's got a full head of hair.
And, yeah, okay. And a beard, like a big
So,
white beard too,
did he
right?
get
Or is
some
that Lovey
serious-
Smith?
He
That's
gets some
Lovey
plug.
Smith.
That's Lovey Smith. Lovey Smith
Yeah,
has got
oh,
a bald head with a big white beard.
Yeah,
Jaguars select
it's a
who?
nice beard though. Damn.
Who'd
Jaguars.
they take? Let's go.
Devin Lloyd, inside linebacker at Utah.
Why would you jump in front of the Packers? They just took a inside linebacker. These guys are jumping ahead of the Packers. It makes no sense.
No, but maybe they couldn't get. They thought that New England would take them, and they couldn't get in front of them.
Come on, Goody.
There's other guys there that are.
Come
similar,
on, Goody.
other Inside backer.
Honestly, if he hasn't
Which-
picked wide receiver, I don't know.
No,
George Pickens. George frickin' Pickens.
If they don't
or
take
trade
Pickens,
back.
then
Or
take
trade back.
Karlaftis.
This is Goody's ultimate look. You remember how things went with Aaron Rodgers, and Goody had to like bite his tongue, and then had to get blasted, you know, in Aaron Rodgers' press conference. And now it's payback time. Now Goody's giving the big Goody finger in the first round by taking 2 defensive players when they have only 3 wide receivers signed on the team.
No, they got some other guys.
I know they got a couple. Well, Malik Taylor's back, so that's something.
Yeah, and they
Juwan
got
Winfrey.
that one guy, Scotty Miller. His clone.
Oh, they got Scotty Miller. Oh,
no,
okay.
they got his clone, whatever his name is. They got some
Oh.
white guy.
Oh, all right.
Devin Lloyd's rocking the shades. At least his suit doesn't look stupid.
I mean, the only thing I can say is I think, and you said it before, Ben. Alec Pierce was a guy you think the Packers really dig.
Yeah,
and probably like.
he's a Packer. Yeah.
And maybe they're just like, hey, we can grab him next round. We got all these picks. We'll get it done. So
They're
like
taking
another-
Andrew Booth from Clemson. That's what they're going to take.
You think so?
No, that's a corner. They're not taking a corner at 28.
I think they're going D tackle here.
I could see Lewis
Wyatt,
Seen,
right?
who's a Georgia safety. I could see N'Kobe Dean, who's the guy that everybody thinks is like that's the other thing. N'Kobe Dean is the guy who's the linebacker from Georgia who made most of the plays over Quay Walker. That's why it was. But he got
He's
hurt.
the sa-
He
yeah,
got
but
hurt
he's the
on
same
his
size. He's the same size as Campbell, though. He's like a smaller
Yeah.
guy who's a little quicker.
and he got hurt.
Yeah.
On his whatever pro day.
Oh, all right. Conveniently.
What about Wyatt
it's-
or Karlaftis?
Yeah,
I would take Karlaftis over Wyatt at this point.
they're going Wyatt, bro. 100%.
Pick
Well,
us
I
in.
could see Wyatt, Karlaftis, Seen, or Pickens. Those are the guys I want.
They like big boys. They like them. They like the big guys. They're going Wyatt here. Kenny Clark finally get some help. We'll see.
Why?
My internet sucks.
That would be a good front though with Wyatt, Clark, Preston, Gary most of the time on the line. Like that'd be pretty stout right there.
It's going to be.
I'm
Wyatt.
saying it.
Wyatt.
That's yeah. Goody's building the most dominant Packers defense of all time, or at least since the 60s. That's what he's going for here. Aaron Rodgers, we gave you as much money as you pay 5 players, so you figure out the offense. We're just going to load them up on D and like shut everybody down. I'm
And
okay
way
with
they
that.
Can still win with Jordan Love if Rodgers leaves.
That's true.
That's true. But
Don't
that's not the
forget
way the
about
NFL
Slayton.
works.
Slayton's another guy.
Yeah, Slayton. He's a
So it
rotational.
goes
He's a rotational dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he's not a starter, but he's a guy who can fill in. Kind of like Dean Lowry is a fill-in guy. I mean, he shouldn't be a starter, but he's good for like 20, 30 plays.
Is that who they took as Devontae Wyatt?
No, but that's who Rick
No.
and I are thinking.
Well, stop thinking and just be right or wrong.
I'm
I'm
already right.
completely
Gordon
isolated
says
here.
that
My
he's like
internet.
28 years old already.
Rick, I just hope it's Karlaftis, Wyatt, Seen, or Pickens. Apparently, I love Georgia guys, and then one guy from Purdue.
If they go corner here, I'm gonna lose it.
If they go corner, I'm gonna lose it too.
My network connection died, so I'm running off a hotspot on my phone to keep this going.
Offensive line. They're gonna go offensive line.
That's
That'd be
fine.
okay.
They need it. They need
Offensive
it.
line, we have Bernard Ryman, Abraham Lucas. That's about it.
Well,
Yeah,
the farm,
the fourth
they can get them
round.
way later.
No, they're not taking offensive line. They're taking
No, there's not enough value there. They
George Karlaftis, Lewis Seen,
It's Wyatt,
George
bro. Let's see,
Pickens.
Goody's still on the phone. He's like, "Do you want to be a Packer?
Devontae Wyatt.
You want to be a Packer? Because we kind of want to pick you here." I'm reading
Maybe
lips.
he's calling Aaron to make sure it's okay.
That's true. Is it okay that we pick George Pickens?
He just
It
said,
is
"Okay, all right."
He could play tight end like Big Dog.
What?
They could take Wyatt. He could line up at tight end like Big Dog.
He's athletic enough,
Yeah.
Ah,
but I would say no. Please no.
also remember they. Oh no, never mind. They drafted Dylan before they signed Aaron Jones to the extension, right?
No.
Like the year
No.
before, it wasn't the same.
Oh yeah, year before, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
How do you not remember that?
I'm just
show?
I'm just getting my head straightened out. It's been a long week. Andrew Whitworth is there.
I don't think he's there. I think it was just like a something.
Goodell doesn't want to get booed, so he brings the Walter Payton Man of the Year on stage with him.
Before the Packer pick? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, because they don't have any Packers there. Christian's there, though. Dang it. Let him be up on stage. All right. Raj says the Packers select. Spit it out, Raj. Come on, dude. Oh, he's apologizing to Aaron Jones. You should have won the Walter Payton Man of the Year award, Aaron, but we had to give it to this old dude because he was almost out of the league. Here he is, Andrew Whitworth.
We got someone in the chat who might be converted to be a Packer fan by your show.
Okay, who are you? Sorry, I was missing the comments here. Chris, how we doing? Mom says the pick is in. Mom, don't give it away. Andrew Whitworth still talking. Quay Walker, I think it was a reach. Yes, probably. Hey, be a Packer fan, or at least be a fan of Hafeman Bros and subscribe.
Hafeman Bros!
Hafeman Bros, we're moving forward. I know we're kind of lagging tonight, but that's because the Packers threw us off with Quay Walker. It was definitely a guy that could have got later, but I like him as a player.
Well, we will dig into him tomorrow.
Okay.
On the Hafeman Bros Friday night draft show with just me and Jace, unless other guys want to come on.
Well, you guys are all welcome. Anybody that's free and bored, welcome.
Wow, bored.
Well, I mean, why else would they hang out with us unless they're bored?
I hung out for like 4 hours last year.
Rico, that's how you got the Rico.
Yeah, but this year you got to do the beer competition. Tell me what would the pineapple, orange, banana, unicorn beer get a?
Where would that one go?
Well, I'll keep an eye out for it. We have to sign a non-disclosure agreement saying that we won't talk about any of the results or entries or anything. But since I haven't signed that yet and I haven't seen what's there, I'm sure it would do well, Ben.
I'm halfway through my second pint, and I'm feeling the buzz now. Finally,
It must be a winner.
so and I'm not. I don't make a weird face when I drink it, so it's not terrible. As Ekis knows, I make weird faces when I drink stuff that tastes like crap.
Come on, Raj. Nobody wants to see you talk this much. Can you just announce the pick?
Lucas Patrick was lost.
There it is. Devontae Wyatt. Packers loading up on D, baby.
Is it really?
Yes. Devontae Wyatt.
I'm okay with that. I'm liking that.
23 years in a row of no wide receiver in the first round.
Bum, 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 bum.
Go Pack, go!
Let's look at this though.
I'm okay with this.
I am too. If you want to build a freaking dominant defense, have at it. Because in Green Bay, when the weather's cold and it sucks to play football in the playoffs, if you can just shut people down, great. Maybe you got to hold them. You got to hold them under 10. You got to hold them under 13 to win a playoff game now. So
We'll see, because they'll be on the
let's
field
load
all the time because we don't have any receivers to throw the ball to.
that's okay. We got to
We
play.
got running backs.
Hey, I've done 1,265 mock drafts, and I've taken Devontae Wyatt in 1,260 of them, just so you know.
Thank you, Chris.
Wait, they got the defense of running backs is going old school. They're starting the next wave. Forget about all these fast receivers. And
Watch how fast this guy is compared to Kenny Clark. Are they showing highlights? They're showing him on NFL Network right now.
No, not yet. He's talking. Oh, they're showing him on the track. Jesus, he's running faster than these little skinny tiny dudes.
He's super fast.
How is he so fast?
He's the opposite of
You
Kenny
don't-
Clark.
You're telling me we're gonna have a big guy that pursues and is fast
Yes.
enough to run down the line?
Yes, I told you he's Mike Daniels with speed. That's what he is. He's Mike Daniels with speed.
He's the guy that could have caught Carson Palmer back in the 2015 playoff.
Yes, yes.
game? I'll take him. Come to our team, sir. Devontae
Jason, did I
Wyatt
not
welcome.
say I wanted this
You
guy
said you wanted
like
this
a
guy.
month ago?
Now, the only thing that would have been better is if we had gotten Zion Johnson and this guy in the first round. I would have been 100% on board. But they couldn't get it done. They would have had to move up to get Zion Johnson because he's so
I
damn good.
expected if they were going to get Wyatt, they would have had to get him at 22nd. So I guess all's well that ends well. But
Right, and if they had picked him at 22, we probably wouldn't have said any boo about it.
yeah,
Right. If they would have switched the picks, I'd be okay.
Yeah.
So I'm fine. Listen,
It worked out.
I am. What are the two needs the Packers have on defense? Really, defensive line help, inside linebacker help. Like we got an undrafted free agent lining up next to Campbell, right? Not anymore.
Yep.
Now we got a first round pick lined up next to Campbell.
hopefully.
And then before that, who do we have? A free agent off the street, Reed, who hasn't played much, right? And Dean Lowry, who's well, now we got a first round monster. I mean, this defense, this is going to be something new. This is going to be. I know this much: all the Aaron Rodgers apologists are not going to be able to say, "Well, he's got no defense to help him." Not anymore. Packers got a defense, bros, and they're going to have a defense. And this Chris that you're talking about, that used to be my
Yeah, but
manager.
it wasn't the defense last year. It was the special teams.
Well, yeah, you're right. That's
Oh,
true.
yeah, special teams. Yeah.
I don't think either of these two guys are playing special teams, to be honest.
They couldn't score points, but that's also whatever Bruce says.
That's
And they
because
can
Aaron
still-
Jones didn't run straight. He had to cut
10
inside. He got-
points.
God dang Aaron Jones.
8
Don't get me
there,
started,
baby.
Bruce.
0
Hey,
for
I
9.
can say this stuff all day long. Just
0 for 9
figure
on
it out.
the last 9 possessions. You don't score. The 9 possessions in a row, no points to close the game.
All right,
Let's
let's
go to
do a round
Stormy.
table. Bruce, what do you think? What do you think of these two picks? Bruce, go.
I didn't really like the inside linebacker pick, but I could be wrong. I mean, we'll see what happens. I thought it was a reach. I didn't like it, but I'm okay with the defensive line pick because as I said, we need defensive line help. So hopefully this guy is what we need to stop the run better and obviously continue to get pressure on the quarterback inside. So
Ekis, what do you say?
First pick was a reach. I'm pretty much echoing Bruce. I think that we need help at wide receiver, and we didn't get it. But like you were saying before, the run on him was so crazy that although when you looked at what people gave up to move up, it wasn't that much. I didn't think anybody gave up a lot. The Vikings gave up the most, which is beautiful. But
They're so
But
dumb.
other than that, if we can find but I'd love to see 2 receivers in the second round. I mean, we got to do something.
Well, here we go. Christian Watson's still there. Alec Pierce still there. George Pickett's still there. Michi the Third still there. Jalen Tolbert, a lot of people like him. He's still there. Sky Moore's still there. Romeo Dubs.
Wandale.
Jason's guy Wandale, who's way down on my list here. Where is he? Oh yeah, 118. Yeah, he's still there. Kelvin Austin III, who I love, is still there.
Yeah, but
But
Quay
he's not
Walker would
really-
have still been there right now too.
Quay Walker. Yeah, he would have. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about wide
Just
receivers.
saying.
Javon Hiley, I don't know what his name is. Coastal Carolina. He's a late round pick I like. I like this guy. He's got a terrible RAS score, but I don't care. I like his play. I like the way he plays.
What's his Wonderlic?
Probably better than me. But,
I think we could rival Aaron Rodgers, Ben, if we put our heads together. Hafeman Bros could probably equal.
Two Hafemans are better than one Rodgers.
Maybe on the lick or the Wonderlic. Patriots pick us in as they finish out the first round. Cole Strange, guard from Chattanooga.
Wow,
really?
Strange is going that high, huh?
That guy was not on my radar at all. Okay, well, fair enough.
Wow.
Guards.
I honestly don't believe that Pickens or Pierce or Watson will be available at 53 and 59. I think
No, but the Packers have assets to trade up. You know what I mean? Like they have 11 picks.
That's
so.
what they're going to have to do because
Yeah.
they're not getting one otherwise.
So so the Packers should draft probably second round. They need to get a bigger receiver, right? They can't draft one of the little slot dudes. They can get one of the little slot dudes later. That's fine, whatever. But second round, they should probably get one of those guys. Pickens, Pierce, somebody that's tall. Watson, I guess, if they want to go that route. So they got to get like an outside, bigger receiver who's not Allen Lazard, who falls on his face and is slow. Okay. Yeah. Because today they just said, hell with it. We're doing defense, and we're going to be the most dominant defense in the freaking NFL. That's what they're going for here.
Apparently they have one scout, and he's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Or in Georgia.
Oh, the Georgia guys.
His only job is to hang out in Georgia, and that's who they scout, Georgia guys. Because he scouted Stokes last year, and apparently these two guys.
Ooh, look at this. Chris is with me. You want Wandale. He's the next human joystick. I'm telling you, Wandale Robinson or Bull Melton in whatever rounds I get him, I'm cool with that. Also, you said about the first round, Ben. Here's the deal, right? The deal is, for me.
My internet is frozen.
Okay. You're black, I guess. You're like
black,
totally
I guess, but we can hear
black
you.
screen. But for me, like, I don't really care what pick you took the guy at, if he's going to be a player and if he's going to be a starter for you and a guy that contributes. That's a valuable pick to me. Whether you think it's a reach, whether you think people think you took him too early, whatever. So if this, like, I'm just going back 2 years ago, we wanted him to draft Patrick Queen or the other dude. I can't remember his name. What was his name? Alabama guy, right? Or was he Oklahoma? I can't remember.
Oklahoma. But he went to the Chargers way before he could get him.
Right. But that's who we hoped. That's who we hoped would somehow make it. Murray, right?
Yeah, Murray Jr.
Okay, that didn't happen. Then last year, we still knew they needed a dynamic inside linebacker. That didn't happen, but then they got lucky with Campbell. And then, finally this year...
Well, even the year with Gary, we wanted to take one of the Devons.
Right. But finally this year...
Trade up for a Devon when they had those two picks.
They go for it. So, am I disappointed it's like 2 to 3 years after the fact? Sure. But it's a position the Packers have not excelled at on their defense, and it was probably the one position where they really needed to like solidify them as a dominant defense, a guy that can fly around, make plays sideline to sideline, and also be physical. So I'm good with it, even though I would have flipped the picks at least. But the D tackle, yeah, let's be freaking dominant. Let's shut everybody down. I'm good with it.
George Karlaftis just went to the Chiefs.
Okay, there he is.
Dang.
Bengals aren't wasting any time. They're picking.
That's a good pick for them. Really good pick.
And we got the Vikings. We'll see what they do at 32.
Bengals are taking a corner. They're taking Andrew Booth Jr.
So the Vikings are taking a corner too. Who else are they going to pick?
There ain't going to be anybody left. The two corners, let's see, who's the corner? Andrew Booth. Yeah, they don't have – that was a dumb move. Trading all the way back to 32. They better hope the Bengals don't take a corner.
Ooh. Chris likes my Melton vlog as well. Chris, that's it, Chris. Not only are you a fan of Hafeman Bros, Hafeman Bros is a fan of you. At least Hafeman Bro number 2, because you agree with me on all things so far. So congratulations, you're a very smart man.
Okay, don't call him too smart. He used to be my boss. I will say this. He was the hardest working boss I ever had. I'll say that about Chris. He was honest, worked his butt off, Was nonstop, crazy, awesome dude. I will say that. But I don't know about his football knowledge.
So I know Goody commented that Aaron Rodgers. Sorry, man. I knew that Goody commented that Aaron Rodgers would be heavily involved in the development of the receivers or whatever. Maybe that's why they didn't take a first-round receiver. But I don't know if these picks were run past Aaron Rodgers.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
These are picks that are going to make Aaron Rodgers not have to do as much to win games. So I'm good with it. And we got to find some receiver help, but there's guys like we talked about. So we'll see. Tomorrow's going to be a really important day, right? Bruce, what they do in the second round is going to be pretty pivotal to see how this is going to mesh together with some offensive help to go along with the defensive help.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, you said it. You have to trade up because I just don't see a wide receiver that's going to be a difference maker unless you do that. I mean, you know what I mean?
There's no way he's falling all the way to 53.
No, it's not. So, and if they don't do that or they can't get it done, and get anybody to do it with them, which of course we always forget. It's not always that we don't want to. It's that you don't get anybody to do it, which obviously is another thing to think about. But ultimately, then you just pick, best value at that point. If you can't get a wide receiver in the second round, then you're just picking because, what are you going to do? I mean, it's either a wide receiver next tomorrow or then it's wide receivers, that are just going to be there, kind of like Lazard. Lazard's okay. And then who do they have at Malik Taylor and, those types of guys. That's what you're going to get if you don't go up and pick one tomorrow. So
I don't know if you guys mentioned it while I was cut off for a while, but apparently A.J. Brown, after getting traded, agreed to a 4-year, $100 million deal. So it's not going to be any break in the receiver market.
Oh, my goodness.
So.
They're going to have to split Aaron Jones out. Ben, they're going to have to use Aaron Jones a bunch as a receiver this year.
Double tight.
Double tight.
Double tight flanker.
They're going to have to. They're going to have to run the ball. They're going to have to not have Royce Newman out there at guard because he can't run block, and he doesn't know how to pass block inside. I don't know. They're going to have to hope their defense can get some turnovers and make some plays and disrupt some stuff because that's their only way to win. But they're going to be some dang good team. I'll tell you that.
I think this is going to be I think this is turning into a shutdown defense. Instead of the defenses that when the Packers have had good defenses or whatever in the last 10, 15 years, so much of it was predicated on turnovers. This is I'm going to lock you down. I'm not allowing you to run. I'm going to have good coverage and good. This is like a 3-and-out defense. That's what they have. And they saw it last year, and then now they've added pieces. So that's what you have to expect. Like a dominant, like a top 5 consistent defensive team. And then you got your $50 million quarterback, make a few plays, and let's win the freaking games.
Maybe this is giving them too much credit, but maybe this is all part of the years-long master plan. They're sick of getting embarrassed, sick of having the defense lose games, or just try not to lose games. Maybe that's what they're doing, right? I mean, if Rodgers decides to flake out and walk away, you got a solid defense, you got a solid running game. It doesn't matter who's under center, unless they throw 5 interceptions in a game. But
I think the key to the Packers' offense this season is the fact that Devontae is not there.
Yeah.
We've seen Rodgers run the offense when Devontae's not there and be just as productive, if not more productive, because the defense doesn't know where the ball's going. And that's the big difference. That's the big difference. He's done it with Lazard and Tunyon, against good defenses like the Saints and other teams. So maybe that's what Goody's thinking. You know what? We got the guys. Rodgers has done it with these guys. Now if we have a defense that's so stifling and just rings the other team out, they have nowhere to go. They can't do anything because our D-line is killing them. Our pass rush is killing them. Our linebackers are fast and making plays all over the place. Our secondary is picking off balls all over the place. The only right now, think about this. Our weakest link on this whole team right now
First-round pick
is Savage. Think about it. That's right. If you put Devontae Wyatt next to Kenny Clark, right, and you put the two, and you put Preston and Gary, those two guys are your defensive ends / outside linebackers. You got Campbell and you got Quay or what's his last name? I can't remember what his last name was, but
Walker.
The guy Quay Walker, and then you got your three corners with Stokes, Jair, and my favorite guy, Rasul Douglas. Then you got Adrian Amos. Your weakest link is Savage. And that's a pretty good weakest link, to be honest with you. That defense sounds amazing. The more I think about it, it sounds fucking amazing. Oh, yeah, I just said F word. Anyways, but seriously, though, that's a pretty dang good defense. I can't remember the last time the Packers had a defense like that, except for maybe when they had, I don't know, Reggie and Santana and Gilbert and Honolulu Jones and Bernardo and, what's his face? What's his name? Tell me. What's his name? Wayne Simmons. There you go. Wayne Simmons.
Guy,
and Brian Williams and Evans and what's his face at corner? Who's the other guy at corner? Newsom. Yeah, yep. Newsom. And Leroy. And, of course, the guy who was cheating on his wife with the Atlanta like a ding-dong. What's his face? Old guy? Eugene. There you go. And then, of course, Mike Pryor coming off the bench with the pick right when we needed it in the Super Bowl. Boom, boom, boom. That was the last time. And who was our weakest link on that team?
Eugene. He was pretty old. He wasn't very fast.
He was old, but he was smart. He made a lot of smart plays. I think our weakest link on that team was probably
kind of ball hawk and not.
It was probably Honolulu Jones. I think it was Honolulu Jones.
No.
Hey, just because he was Honolulu doesn't mean he was that good. I know he had really long arms. I know that was his thing. He had the longest arms of all time.
But I went to Hawaii.
This smells like a number one defense to me.
Beaches.
This smells like a number one.
Number one. I was saying top 5.
No. Number one.
Oh, because you're bringing in the Joe Barry factor.
Yeah.
Joe Barry.
It's part of their years-long plan.
I just went through the starters, right?
Let Rick go. Let Rick go.
Think of those starters. Savage is the weakest link out of those starters. And he's pretty good.
The front office is going to come out looking like geniuses in a few years.
Wow.
Much to all of our surprise and chagrin. They'll be like, dang, Mark Murphy was a genius.
Mark Murphy.
Okay, I don't know about Mark Murphy.
So, but Rick,
what happened?
Rick raises a really good point with how much uncertainty and how Aaron Rodgers is basically, even though he, I don't know why he's modeled Brett Favre's end of his career with the fickleness and I don't want to be around. I'm not going to show up for this and that. And, well, maybe I'll come back. Maybe I'll come back.
Yeah, they got to build the defense then.
How do you insulate yourself from that uncertainty? Well, you get dominant on the other side of the ball, and that's what they've done. So I can't argue it.
Oh, well, to Ben's point, where you're saying, we've seen what the offense can do when Devontae wasn't in, when Rodgers would play to the system, and I think they can still do that. I mean, a lot of this, I know I'm guilty of it, is thinking what it's going to look like with receivers playing the roles that were defined last year. And you're not going to have an Adams guy out there, right?
Getting 190
the
targets.
Can all look different. I don't know it'd be the best use of him, but if they use Jones as like an Eric Metcalf sort of role, they split him out sometimes, put him in the slot, whatever, put him in motion, have both him and the sauce out there at the same time. Opens up a lot of the short underneath sort of routes instead of having to go to the sideline and, those mid-range routes all the time, right? I mean, give the offense a completely different look. Use the guys that you have.
Maybe they think Sammy Watkins is going to be the difference. I don't know.
He's really cheap. And
who did the Bengals take, by the way? I've totally missed
Safety out of Michigan.
Yeah. Daxton Hill? Or
yeah.
Daxton Hill?
Safety, yeah.
Oh, the Vikings pick is in. The one we've been waiting for.
Yeah, the Vikings pick.
One-
These poor Viking
Best-
fans have been waiting so long.
Malik Willis.
That would be funny if they took a quarterback.
Oh my
Because
God,
they
the
just
Vikings.
extended Kirk Cousins.
The Vikings fans that are in Las Vegas.
Vikings are going to take Andrew Booth Jr., cornerback, Clemson.
Can you imagine if you were a Viking fan, would you go all the way to the NFL draft if it was in Vegas to be there for this stuff?
That would really make me mad if they trade out of the first round. At least they trade to the last pick in the first round.
You know you're never going to be going to the Super Bowl as a Viking fan, so you might as well go at the other end of the season.
Oh, that's not nice. Don't say that. Chris is a Vikings fan.
Aw, sorry.
As well
Chris.
as Messerschmidt if he's still out there. I
Yeah,
don't know.
but Chris was going to maybe become a Packer fan because he likes your show. So
You should.
Yeah, he won't. He's just saying that. I know Chris. He's a Vikings fan.
Oh, yeah. What you talking about, Will?
That's a good pick.
Right. No, they take Lewis.
Salucine.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
It's good
That's going to
safety.
be the replacement for
Harrison, huh?
yeah. But he could play alongside Harrison right now.
Well, yeah, there you go.
That's a really good pick. I like him.
Guys-
He's a good player.
Can he play
Ask-
defensive end? Because they'll probably need someone to fill in when
No.
the Vikings star defensive ends are both hurt.
That's Zadarius.
Yeah, Zadarius. He won't be hurt, but he'll be
Oh,
pretty
hold
bad.
on. Did we get ever hear from Bruce since the Zadarius Smith
I don't
signing?
know.
Bruce? Here, Bruce.
Bruce
Go
was a
ahead.
big Zadarius fan, I know.
Bruce, go ahead on. We're gonna put you on big, and then let you talk about Zadarius Smith for Vikings fans. What can they expect from Zadarius Smith?
Well, they can expect him to get blocked by a corner.
No, he's a corner. What is he as? Come
Yeah.
on now.
They
out?
they can expect him to take about 70% of the plays off.
Oh boy.
At least.
They can expect him to not stop the run and care about the run at all. And they can expect him to, probably get about, 8 to 10 sacks a year and, just want to sack the quarterback. That's about it. And only care about Zadarius. That's basically what they can expect.
But will he be a Pro Bowler for the Vikings as
No,
well?
he will not.
Come on, Bruce. Maybe
Nope.
he'll get 12 and a half sacks.
He does have Mike Smith and Mike Pettin there to make sure that he gets all of his pass rush opportunities.
No, I don't think he's going to do it. And
What
the
if
thing
Aaron
is-
Allen, part 2.
What if they give him the same freedom the Packers did, where he could find the weakest offensive lineman and just line up against that guy and tell somebody else to move over to the other side of the line, like he did with the Packers to get a cheap sack?
No, I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
No, I don't know.
Are you worried about? Oh, here you go, Bruce. Ultimate test. Would Royce Newman be able to block Zadarius Smith?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think you would. No, so you're probably right. We might be in a little bit of trouble right there. If we start Rice Newman at right guard and Zadarius is lined up over him. Yeah, he might actually win that bet.
But if they audibled into a draw and Zadarius took himself out of the play,
Oh, yeah. He would totally
Royce
beat
will
him.
come
Yeah.
out looking awesome, and that would be an excellent pick by the Packers.
I'm really curious to watch the Vikings Packers games to see if who Zadarius chooses to line up against. These are guys he was former teammates with. He's gonna know, and he'll pick the guy that's the absolute worst to line up against every single play, every single chance he gets. It's gonna be hilarious.
It'll be Royce Newman every time. Well, actually, he wasn't in the team last year. He doesn't know how good he is. He never practiced against
Well,
him.
he made his pendant for.
Oh, that's not nice.
Did you, Bruce? I don't know if you saw that one, but we had to inform Mo. Mo was kind of excited by the signing. Well, because Zadarius had the nice, press conference and it looked all good and all this, and then we told Mo some of the darker side, about how he wasn't voted captain, and then he made his own captain. He declared himself a captain, made his own necklace with the C on it. Some of these other things. Now there were some red flags that popped up for poor Mo. And then we showed him, reminded him of the Robert Woods video of Robert Woods like blocking him into the ground.
Yeah.
Robert Woods, a wide receiver, like 195 pound wide receiver, by the way. But anyway, it was a good show, and it was a good experience not a good experience for Mo, but it was a good eye opening experience for him, so he knows what to expect.
It was educational.
Yeah, right.
Educational, just like the Wonderlic test.
The
Yeah,
Wonder
I still
Rick.
got 30 questions if you guys are up for it. But.
We're gonna have to post. We're gonna have to do more later, or you can just project how well we did. You know, because like it's just like the NFL RAS players. Just do a little
Yeah.
bit of it and then project us for
Yeah.
the rest.
I'm not doing the bench press. I'm not doing the 40. I'll do the 3 cone because I know I got quick feet and I'm agility and stuff.
All right.
I'm not doing the 40. I'm not doing the bench press. I'm not doing the standing long jump. I'll do the 3 cone. I'll do the 10 split. That's about it.
we still get a total score.
We can do some extrapolating and projecting. So
Is the cabbage patch involved in that, or I mean, what?
I'll do any dance you want. I know all the dances.
all right.
I used to be able to do the worm back when I didn't have a gut. Now that you have a gut, you just kind of rock back and.
Oh, you're a dumpy worm.
You definitely could moonwalk at one point. I know that.
Yeah, I mean, I used to have parachute pants and everything.
Yeah. All right, Rick, what do you got for us?
All right. So you might remember that Jason got 6 out of his 10 correct, excluding any bonus points. We'll adjust for that later. So extrapolating that out to 50, this could be the next bonus question. If Jason had 6 out of 10 correct, how many out of 50 would that?
Come on, Jace, you got this. It's only 10.
30?
That's right.
Yeah, you're not as dumb as you look.
Ben got 7 out of 10.
Uh-oh, this
So
is
that would put
harder.
him at.
This is harder. It would put me tied with Aaron Rodgers is what it would put me at.
That's right, a 35. So
And
how do you
everybody
guys
says Aaron
calculate-
Rodgers is a genius, so apparently but then if you add the 3 that I got right with Jace, then
We'll do
guess
some
what? I got a
adjustments for-
50 out of 50.
So where do you guys stack up? This is this year's draft class, according to some random guy on Twitter.
Oh, wow.
So Jason's middle of the pack. Ben's
So I would be
right
the
up top
smartest
of the
quarterback in this draft. Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
and none of these guys got drafted either. So
Kenny Pickett got 17. He
yeah,
got
Pickett
drafted.
got, yeah.
One
Okay,
quarterback.
we
That's
also-
actually kind of shocking. One quarterback this year.
What about some of the more notable NFL stars? So
There we go. Mike Mamula, look at that guy. I
Wow.
remember him. Nice.
49.
Work.
Benjamin
Benjamin
yeah.
Watson, another Benjamin. You know, you could have played on that.
I think it's the name.
Look at Matt Burke.
double
That's the
lineman,
best-
you know, Matt
That's the
Burke
best thing
was
of
that.
Viking is that's the best accomplishment a Viking player has had.
Matt Burke.
46
Yeah.
from the Wonderlic.
He was really smart.
Megatron
Elvin Johnson
was
with a 41.
smart,
Frank
yeah.
Gore with a 6. Yeah.
Oof.
Got
Aaron
everyone's
Donald.
favorite former Viking or former Raider and Packer, Vince Evans. Seabass with a 9. That was not
Yeah,
very
look at
surprising to me.
Janikowski. Look at that.
So you look at where the Raiders
Yankee
typically
Craig.
score on these, you know, Jeff George, Vince Evans. It's not so hot. But
I mean,
you know,
well-
you guys in comparison, you know, you guys are on the good column, so
all right.
Yeah.
you
I
had
was
it
saying,
open, but we knew that already.
we're a Hall of Fame quarterback intelligence. That's what
Above
we
above the Anthony bar. I appreciate that. I do appreciate
are. Yeah.
Above Troy Aikman too.
that. Well,
No,
of
he's a
course.
Hall of Fame quarterback. I'll take it.
Not a Hall of Fame broadcaster though, because of his biases.
Well, and he doesn't have the award you have. We all know that.
That's right.
It's a, I mean, well, here, hang on.
Maybe if he scored the equivalent of a 30. But now here's where the real power comes in, right? So you
Whoa, what's
combine
this?
these
Award-winning
numbers.
journalist. Okay, anyway.
So even without the bonus points together, you know, you guys scored what 13 out of 20. So I mean, that's Jason's pulling the average down a little bit.
Hey, I did have one of Ben's that he got wrong. I had it though.
But then you add in those bonus points,
Okay.
right? So that means Ben had 3 bonus points. So that gives him 10 correct, and Jason had 1 bonus point. So that gives him 7 correct. So it's 17 correct out of 20.
That sounds more
So-
like it. That sounds more realistic.
Yeah.
That's getting up there.
I don't know what that is when you make
like a
it
41
projected to
inch.
50. Okay.
That's like you know, like Ryan. That's Fitzpatrick.
That's almost like Fitzmagic, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Wow.
They're collectively
That's called
together.
genius. We are geniuses.
It's like left and right brain synergistic together.
We just suck at math. That's all. If there's a math question, we suck. That's. I mean, it's the truth. We've never been good at math. Sorry.
Jason got the fractions right.
I know, thank God. I had no idea about that one. I was actually shocked you got that right, Dave.
You can thank my kids for having to help them out with with school at home last year.
Bruce just left. He's like, I'm sick of this.
He was probably embarrassed because he was.
He had to go. Plus,
That's
it's his
the question.
birthday. It's okay, Bruce.
That's true.
We're fine. We're fine.
Eckes is not coming back, by the way. He sent a text saying his
That's
internet's
fine.
all whacked out.
That's all right. It's no big deal. No big deal. Okay. Well,
It's another great
Wow.
first round.
absolutely. And I have a have a closing video for you all to enjoy as well. No
Thanks,
doubt.
Rick, for the wonder, Rick.
No problem.
We'll do the other ones later on another
Yes.
day.
We can do it legit.
We got a whole off season to waste.
That's right.
I
I
mean,
just thought since we were doing this during the draft and we didn't get through it, that it totally fit to just project just like the RAS scores
Yeah.
for some of these players. You know,
Well,
we
I
just
expected there'd be more downtime between picks, but they were moving along for a while.
it was quick. Yeah, it was quick tonight. I think they shortened the time between picks, and then like you said, a bunch of people weren't trading and then restarting the clock. It was like trading and then making a pick. Let's go. Okay, sounds good.
Hey, we got a G here. He's got some stuff.
G says there were no decent wide receivers left. The picks were good. We agree. And the Packers are building a dominant defense, which we have not had in a very long time.
Yeah.
Their picks again. I think it's what you guys were talking about when I was trying to get back on. You know, they've got so many late round picks. They can, and he's shown he's not afraid to move up in the second round. You know, move up or even just try to get an additional second round pick. You can still find some impact players there. So
Sky Moore is a ready to play now guy,
Okay.
but he's not. He doesn't have the height, but he's got speed and agility, so he's good. And then Christian Watson, George Pickens, Alec Pierce. Those are all big guys with size, high RAS score, potential players that have they're guys that have their ceilings are high, but their floors could be possibly low. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't know. Well, Pickens not so much, but with the injury that throws him in that category, and that's why he's probably still there. So there's guys out there that can make plays, but G's talking about here. We'll put this on Devontae Wyatt. He does have 3 domestic incidents tied to him, and that is a question mark. And he's 24 years old, and he
Well, he's
But
going to Green Bay where it's hard to get in trouble sometimes, so that's good.
Well, and I don't know if you noticed, but when he got drafted, he had a huge group of people around him there that were really pumped up for him. And sometimes you have these things happen to you when you're younger, right? And you make mistakes. And then by the time you're 24, like he is now, so he's an older player, which usually Goody doesn't draft. I didn't think Goody would draft him because usually he takes guys that are younger. But when you become an older player, he's 24 now. So he's probably, he probably regrets the problems he's made or the mistakes he's made. And he's able to look at himself and say, hey, I'm not doing that anymore. I understand. I have a second chance now. I'm a first-round pick in the NFL. I'm not going to let this happen again. I'm not going to make the mistake that throws me out of the league like some guys, like Johnny Jolly, right? Remember Johnny Jolly, who was a guy who the Packers had.
Talented dude.
Super talented, and he had domestic problems too. And the Packers, ended up not, having to let him go. They tried. They hung on to him for a while, right? They let him. He was suspended for a whole year. They let him, they kept him on the team roster, like the roster or something like that, like a suspended roster or whatever it was. But they gave him support. They let him, the teammates support him and stuff. And he made it back after that year, but then something happened again, and then that was the end. There was not much else you could do. But it's interesting for a guy who's 24 now, right, who made the mistakes when he was younger, and now he's been through it. Most guys, when they're seniors, they're not 24. They're 21.
Yeah.
So obviously he made some huge mistakes and was bounced around and had to wait. So it's been a long process for Devontae Wyatt, and he's a very, very talented player with a lot of athletic ability. And, with the right coaching, I think Jerry Montgomery is a great coach, especially for that type of guy. And I think he can get a lot out of Devontae Wyatt. And he's a plug and play, make a difference now type of guy. So I'm really excited. He's a guy I wanted for a month, right? I've been talking about him for a month. So it's pretty cool that finally the the Packers actually drafted a guy I've been talking about. Usually, they never draft that. They never do that.
I think the flip side of the older guys, and I mean, a lot's been made, at least from what I've read and heard leading up to this draft, about how Green Bay doesn't take older players. But how many guys really get re-signed even to a second contract? Right?
Yeah.
You bring in a guy like this who's got hopefully more maturity, or at least has grown into his body a little bit more, and hopefully, or at least ideally or optimistically, can come in and maybe play at a little higher, a little more advanced level sooner. Okay, so you get 3 or 4 good years out of him. And how often does Green Bay really re-sign a lot of these guys anyway? Okay, like if you're lucky you hit on a real superstar, well, yeah, it kind of sucks, but you've also had a real superstar for a little bit shortened career, right? So I don't see it being that big of a deal. I mean, how many players really stay with the same team for 10 years? So get the guys that are going to come in, make an impact. They're the players you want that are going to fit into your system. Big deal. If they've been healthy, so what?
Yeah. Well, the thing I like is he's not a developmental player.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I talked about this last week, where I said, like, let's get a guy who's going to play now, who's ready to go right now. He's 24. He's at the peak of his probably athletic ability, or there or close to it. He's grown into his body. He knows what his abilities are. You don't have to add. He's 303 pounds. He's 6'2", 303 pounds, or 6'3", 303 pounds, and he moves fast. He's got agility. He's got strength. Everything you want out of a man is right there, ready to go and play now and affect this team, a team that's ready to win a Super Bowl with a quarterback who's on the last leg. Let's go. This is a great pick, which is why I've been calling for it for a month. And we'll see what Quay Walker's like, right? Quay Walker, right? That's his name?
Yep.
Something like that.
Yep.
We'll see. I will look at his film tonight and tomorrow, and we'll talk about him more tomorrow because I don't know much about him. Devontae Wyatt, I know. I've been watching his film. I've been looking at his stuff. I know what he is. And it's just exciting. I think it's exciting. I've been waiting for a defensive team since the 1996 team. I mean, we haven't had, number one defense overall back then, right? And even the team that won the Super Bowl in 2010, 2011 was more of a opportunistic get the turnover team. It wasn't like a dominating team. It was more like, you're going to screw up. We're going to be ready when you screw up and make the play. Even in the Super Bowl. I mean, we had 2 interceptions and a fumble, right? Like, come on. We needed Jared Bush to make a play, right? Greg Jennings. Jared Bush is out there making plays.
The whole playoff run, too.
Yeah.
Like we talked about Tremon's
Yeah, Tremont was amazing.
Like, come on.
Yeah. And then we needed, Cutler to get hurt and then sit
BJ
on the
Raji.
bank.
BJ Raji pick.
BJ Raji pick, interception for touchdown. Yeah. Like every single Super Bowl or every playoff game had some sort of interception turnover type thing, right? Which was more opportunistic as opposed to like a dominant defense, which was what the 96-97 team was, which was a dominant defense. So, and this team, if you add these 2 players to what we have, it's like, wow, like, there's a lot of talent on this defense, a lot. Now, offensive line's rough, wide receiver's a little rough. We need to address that, but we have a quarterback who's the MVP the last 2 years. He can make up the difference maybe with maybe less talented skill players in offensive line, and he's not going to turn the ball over, which is a key when you have a defense that's dominated and beats the crap out of dudes and all that kind of stuff. So it's a different way that Packers have put a team together in years. Like we haven't seen this in a long time. But I think it's something that might actually work and maybe put us over the top. So as Packer fans, we should be excited. I know we didn't get a receiver. There's probably 1 million fans that are going crazy and nuts right now because there's no receiver in the first round. But think of what we got. Think of the talent we got. Think of how dominating this defense is going to be. And Aaron Rodgers will not make the mistakes. He'll make the smart play for the most part. And we just got to somehow hope that Big Sakia turns his special teams from a crap dog into, okay. If you can just make it okay with a dominant defense and Aaron Rodgers as quarterback, I'm seeing Super Bowl in the future, right? So that's why I'm cool with this. I'm cool with it.
So what
And
do you
George
guys,
Pickens is still there.
what do you guys think about the Georgia connection, especially with Stokes being the pick last year, right? I mean, you got two rookies coming in now. There's a player there who knows them. I mean, team chemistry is obviously important. Assuming these guys all got along at Georgia, is this something that should be a plus? I mean, I would think bringing the rookies in is going to be something that helps, right?
Yeah, it should. But the other big factor there is that Georgia has had one of the most dominant defenses in college football the last few years. So if you're taking top defensive talent, that makes sense. That's from that team. So that's kind of the other reason for it, clearly. And then also, like Ben pointed out, less confusion in terms of wearing a new helmet that looks the same, just different color. All that sort of stuff works out. That's really not it, but we just throw that in.
Right. We just throw it out there to be funny. But it's hey.
But it's true. They've had really, I mean, they were like Wisconsin has had really consistently good defenses, but not to the level of Georgia's the last few years. Georgia was like, I forget what their defensive average was last year in points allowed, but it's like insane, right? Tops in the country.
Yeah.
So you got impactful guys at every level of the defense, and the Packers have plucked guys from in the last 2 years in the first round, pluck guys from each level of that dominant defense. So that's defensive talent. You have to think
The other thing I really, really like about Georgia players, especially on defense, is those guys on that team were willing to play the defense the way it was called, right? They weren't selfish. They weren't looking for the big play to like the Zadarius Smith, right? I want to get 12 sacks, 13 sacks this year, so I get all the notoriety, right? Because that's why some guys didn't believe in the first round for number 1 overall pick and Davis and Wyatt and all these guys, like, because they played as a team, so their numbers, like their sacks numbers, weren't as high, but as a team together, they were a stifling, destructive defense that just stopped people. Like you couldn't do anything against them because they played together. So these guys are unselfish players who are used to playing as a team. That's very, very, very important, especially for a team last year who we watched do that. When Zadarius was out, we watched the Packer defense who played together as a unit and was able to stop teams and sometimes let them score 0 points, as of course when they played the Seahawks, and then only gave up 3 points when they played the 49ers in the playoff game. I mean, that 7 points was a stupid, special teams mistake on that 10, and then of course they gave up 3, but that was like a turnover or some crap, whatever, the first 3 points, and then of course they couldn't stop on that last drive, which sucked, but whatever. What I'm saying is, like, these guys are used to playing as a unit. They're not selfish. They understand what it means to be like. They relish in the fact that, hey, we have the best defense. We are the best team out there. Nobody can move the ball on us, and that's something that is pretty cool. And I think that if they can fit right in with this team, with these guys, especially with Kenny Clark, I think he's not a me guy. He's pretty unselfish. Gary, Preston Smith is always willing. I mean, how many years does he drop? He drops back in coverage. He does all those other stuff. Watch Darius get all the sacks. I mean, he didn't like it, I'm sure. But I think he's super excited about the fact of coming back now this year without Zadarius again. And those guys play as a unit together. And I just think it's positive stuff, for Packer fans. And I'm really, really excited to watch a defense with all this talent on it. And nobody's going to be able to do jack squat. They might be one of the best defenses ever, or it could just blow up me crap. But hey, I'll take the best defense ever.
They have the talent, and I think that's going to be lost. I mean, like you were saying, a lot of people are going to be disappointed, pissed off, whatever, because they didn't draft a receiver and not appreciate the value that they presumably got with these picks. Right? I mean, like 5 defensive players from the Georgia defense drafted in the first round, and Green Bay got 2 of them. I mean, I think it's pretty good value for their picks that they got so late. Again, I kind of expected them or would have had them flipped, but it doesn't matter, right? You got them both. It doesn't matter who was taken first or not. And they're guys that, like we talked about last week, a couple weeks ago, whenever it was, guys you can rotate in. It's not somebody that needs to be a starter to have an impact, right? I mean, it'd be great get more snaps at linebacker, but rotate guys in, keep them fresh, especially if you're going to be playing aggressive defense. It's great. You got some depth. You know, the guys who were starting last year can be really solid second stringers now. So, you know, I just hope people appreciate what they got and don't be coming down hard on these guys because it's not who fans wanted to see. So I think it was a good draft, better than I was expecting, to be honest.
Yeah, I would say it's one of the best. I mean, clearly you had 2 picks, which helps, but one of the best Packers first rounds in a while. And the other, so 2 key points. Number one, it's a big shift for Packers fans, right? Because they're used to big offense and scoring a bunch of points and all this sort of stuff. Other than the first year of Matt LaFleur's offense, where the offense took a little while to get going. But
I don't know. Aaron Jones set a record for
well, no,
touchdown
I
scored.
understand, but their points per game was not as high, and like some of the other things, and they had
but they were more. I thought they were more dominant in 2019 than they were in 2020 or 2021 on offense.
Yeah, well,
because they ran the ball.
They did it. Yeah, they ran the ball more, and they did it differently. And then they threw the heck out of the ball the last 2 years, and Rodgers MVP the last 2 years, and okay, fine. So it's not. It's different. Like you're gonna see games won with different scores than you're used to. But you're still going to see games won if you have a dominant defense that locks down the other team. The other thing is, like, the difference from those older defenses with this being more of like a shutdown defense and not a 3-and-out defense than a turnover opportunistic defense. Well, that gives your offense more opportunities, right? You get more possessions, you get more opportunities. So you're still going to have probably good offensive production just because you're going to get the ball more. Time of possession could be like heavily skewed in the Packers' favor, and especially if they utilize the run and it's effective, and then you open up play action passing, and I mean it could really complement the offense even with not as dynamic receiver options on it.
Well, now is the time for LaFleur to show us what he can do. Can he design these plays that get guys open and that sort of thing? Like, let's see more of that. And Rodgers needs to buy into it.
Yep. 100%.
And without Devontae there, he has no choice. He's going to have to run the play the way it is. And
Tom Clemens, don't forget Tom Clemens there in his ear, a guy he trusts, a guy he really loves and respects, and all that, saying, "Hey, Aaron, maybe just run these plays the way they're supposed to be run, and it'll work out." Maybe that influence helps as well. The other key point was Rick's other thing he said earlier is this insulates you from if Aaron Rodgers decides to be done abruptly. If you got a dominant defense, you can still win games, and you can still win this division.
Well, that we know.
So, and ultimately that's the first step for the Packers every year, and what they most care about. Like, yeah, they want to try to win a Super Bowl, but they want to be competitive. They want to sell hope, like Corey says, and they want to win the division. So they're in the playoffs every year.
You got Sock'em Rock'em here. Got a quote.
Okay. Thanks for coming on. He says, Quay Walker, another project player. I don't know. We'll see. Alec Pierce will be a Packer. That's what
Alec
we're thinking
Pierce,
too.
He's got Packer written all over him. I mean, come on. White wide receiver, yeah.
Jordy 2.0. He's like White Lightning, rebooted. So, yeah, he's probably – if they do not take Alec Pierce or find a way to get him in the second round, I'll be shocked, to be honest.
I think he'll be the pick over George Pickens. But as far as Quay Walker goes, I don't know. I haven't watched enough tape on him. I mean, I've watched Devontae Wyatt tape, and then I've seen Quay Walker on the film with him, so I've seen him make plays, but I haven't specifically looked for him to make a play or see what he does. Just his size, though, tells me that he could be, like I said earlier, some sort of chess piece to be off-ball linebacker on first and second down against the run, and then send him as a pass rusher on third down. And that's an interesting type of player. Like it's like Micah Parsons, right? Where he's got speed, he's 240 pounds, he's got size, He can get off blocks of offensive linemen. He's got enough strength to do so. So he can be a player who is able to, help out against the run for his second down and let Campbell more as a, worry about the tight end or running back out of the backfield or whatever, right? And then on third down, use him as a pass rusher. He's got enough size, maybe enough bend. He's definitely fast enough to get past somebody. He'd be more of a speed rush type guy. But you could use him in that way and develop him as a pass rusher a little bit more too. And that's something that, is very useful. And that's, I have to watch more tape. I'll definitely do that tomorrow before we do a show tomorrow night. And I'm sure Jason and Rick, whoever's coming out, and Rick's got beer stuff to do, but Jason will be looking at stuff too, and we'll see what he looks like. And he probably is a project guy. But with that size, that weight, that strength, that speed, he's kind of a Rashawn Gary type guy. And instead of getting him at 12, we got him at 22. So if he's an athletic freak that could somehow make plays and develop and get trained and learn how to play, inside linebacker and then turn into a pass rusher on third down, that sounds like a pretty good combination that we can use. And I'm all for it. And I love Devontae Wyatt. I've already said that for like a month. So,
and inside linebacker is one where it doesn't have to be that difficult. A lot of times,
no, just
especially if you got an experienced guy like Campbell who's kind of taking the plays, doing the defensive calls, just let you work your way into it as a rookie, and just be like, dude, just read and react. Here's your assignment: read and react. Go attack the ball. Go attack the ball carrier. Go make tackles and make plays. Like, you could see an impact from that guy. So I think both picks are great. And whether, like I said before, at the end of the day, if they become good to great NFL starters for you for even the first 4 years of their careers, that's a good pick no matter where you took them. I don't care. It's not a reach. That's what you want. You want picks that are going to be impactful and play. And if these guys can do it, plug them in and play them. Let's go. Rick, thanks for being the Wonder Rick. Ben,
Rick!
Enjoy your beer competition, Rick. I know you are a very fair judge. I know you to be a fair man.
I just
well
get to schlep cases of stuff around. I'm back of the house cellar, man.
Okay. Well, that's fine. You're good at that too. You're a man of the people. Rick is a man of the people. He'll do any job, anytime, in the name of beer. However it works, he'll do it.
I'm like Kenny Clark. I'm not afraid to just do the dirty work in the metal, and sometimes I need help. But
Kenny Clark has finally got his help.
He's got all his help.
You finally got some first round help.
There you go. I will say, oh man, I will say that I am interested in finding out more about Quay Walker. I know he performed very well at the combine and in the drills. I know that, and he was fast, so that's why he jumped up the boards like crazy. So we'll see what he does. We'll check him out and let you know more tomorrow, and we'll expect the Packers to select Alec Pierce tomorrow too. Ben, what time are we going on tomorrow? I hadn't decided. What time are we going on?
You're in charge. I just do what you tell me.
All right, we'll figure it out and we'll post it, and then you can look for it. So don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget
2 more picks tomorrow.
Put your alerts on, notifications on. Isn't it? Don't we have a third round? Don't we have a third round pick too?
Oh, yeah, 3 picks. Holy crap. What am I thinking?
Let's go, dude. Jeez. Well, you're right.
They might trade up to get another pick too, because no, but I mean, like they got so many picks after that too. They might trade up to get another and move up into the third round again.
Well, we'll see what the Packers do. We'll be here for it. Thanks for chiming in, being along the ride. Bruce on his birthday. We appreciate all that, and we appreciate everybody that chipped in. And Rick for administering at least a semblance of the Wonderlic test, and then projecting like the RAS to give the Hafeman Bros their exact score, which was combined 41 out of 50. So
there was named the game. Are you smarter than Brett Favre? And you guys would have won.
Yeah, but I already knew that.
Rick, I appreciate you, man. Ben and I love you. Everybody else, take care of yourselves. Be good. And Mom and Dad, of course, be good. Bruce, happy birthday. Ekis, thanks for being on. And
Very
maybe
good.
we'll have a Nico. Oh, and Viking Mo fighting
Viking
a cold
Mo, fighting
and
a cold. He
fighting the
sounded
Vikings.
terrible.
He did sound terrible, and
And
he
then they
sounded,
traded down to 32. That poor guy. But hey, they got a great player.
and then he
Scene
sounded
is
even
another
worse.
guy I liked. So
Yeah, but he's probably excited about that pick at least.
I think
so.
he is. I think he'll be happy with that pick.
Worked out in the end for Viking Mo and everybody else. All right, we're out of here. Here's the new draft close. Enjoy, and remember to come back tomorrow night for more Hafeman Bros, more Packers draft talk.